Oh my, here's the villains. It is me, the everlasting sauce's grand tomato slime extraordinaire, and we're back in Honkai Star Rail. Alright, so some stuff has happened since last we played. The big one. Well, for better or worse, the main characters are voiced now. I found out, by the way, those, the Crisis Air storybooks, they're supposed to be fully voiced the whole time. But yeah, so the voice actors for Estelle and Kalis have been replaced. They have not redone all the lines yet. Every pre-existing line right now is the old voice actor still. But Remembrance Trailblazer is actually voiced now. With the new ones, and presumably will be voiced in the story now. But so that's the big one. My traditional unit update, I said, because I really do like Hyacinth, I said I would do 3 10 rolls for her. And I did 3 10 rolls for her. And she really appreciated it. I do not, at any level, know how this happened, but I'm not upset about it. So, my relics obviously are not ready yet. I have 3 pretty good ones. I'm really happy with this rope. I don't know if you can see it, but it rolled 3 into speed and 1 into HP percent, which is exactly what you want for her. This one's pretty good. We got some crit damage on her. We got some speed. And then these boots exist. But so, like, she's already at 180. I know you can't see it because of my UI, but she's already at 180 out of the 200 speed she needs. I want some more crit damage on her because she always crits. But yeah, we got the fat fuck. We got Hyacinth, but more importantly, we got the fat fuck. And I will continue to work on her. I've used the 20 fuel that I had trying to get her good relics, and I have not yet. So we're still going to be working on her. Hopefully I'll have her ready to go for next week when we finish the patch, but I doubt it. So we're just going to continue around on Kalis on the Aggie team for now. But yeah, it's story time. Also, thank you, Hope Boy, for being first. Congratulations on being first. Where is the story? In the vortex of Genesis, of course! Let me actually see if I... Okay, we're not gonna skip the recap by accident this time.
Following the advice of the Chrysos heirs, I embarked on the
this is
trial
the new voice
of
actor.
time, only to learn that I had been dead since the moment I stepped onto Euphorius. To reclaim the future that had been stolen from me, we pushed onward in pursuit of the Death Titan, Thanatos.
See, the problem trying to judge here is this is clearly supposed to be like a dramatic reading, where most of Kalis's lines are not super dramatic. I don't like it. It's my first impression.
Meanwhile, Anaxa, one of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany, broke free from the surveillance of the Golden Threads and actively sought refuge from the Council of Elders. After winning the Council's trust, he ascended.
But yeah, we are pretty much at the point where
Reason Titan,
if by next update someone isn't voiced, they're done. They're going to be replaced in all the games.
World-bearing Titan. To obtain information about the entrance to the Nether Realm, Castris had no choice but to support the Council of Elders in proposing a pause in the flame chase journey. With the aid of the demigod Cypher, she set out for the ancient city of the dead dragon, Styxia. Castorus successfully recreated the dead dragon Pollux via alchemy and used its power to return to the Nether Realm, where she faced Thanatos, the Death Titan. She returned both the Titan's core flame and the stolen future, restoring the cycle of life and death in Amphorius. Anax's soul met Castorus in the Nether Realm, where he proved his hypothesis regarding creation.
I don't know, it feels so dry.
He cast a pivotal vote and used the charge of blasphemy.
The
to
previous
thwart
voice actor was
the
so
Council
good.
of Elders' schemes for power, allowing the flame chase journey to continue. After returning Circe's core flame, Anax's physical body completely disappeared. With this, the flame chase journey neared its conclusion, and all eyes turned skyward.
I almost made the name of this VOD a Sky High reference, because yeah, we're gonna deal with Ocula at some point. I don't remember if
Where to now?
like, I don't know, that voice is just so good. It's full of whimsy, even being serious. But yeah, I don't know if I talked about some of the other voice actor stuff. ZZZ had a bunch of people replaced the last patch. It was specifically Rena, Grace, and Coletta. I don't like Grace's new one, but it's fine. Rena's is fine. I like her old one better, but it works. She's good enough. They ruined Coletta. I do not throw any shade on the voice actor. The quality of the voice she's giving is actually really good. The problem is the direction they gave her was awful, because they made Coletta sound like a 10-year-old. When, like, girl's like in her mid-20s and hates that she's short and gets mistaken for a kid.
Nice.
Like, there's no grit to the voice anymore. They ruined it. And I'm still really upset about it. Oh. Thanatos and Circe's core flames have been returned. Sometime after that, the 12 constellations hover above, overlooking the vortex of Genesis. They embody the 12 Amphorian deities, fate, foundation, creation, and calamity of this world. Now 10 among them have fallen. Their core flames return to the origin of Genesis. Above you, constellations shimmer, their brilliance echoing the faint slumber of each type. So, they're not gold anymore, but Castorus, Thanatos' sigil had lit up golden last time. Apparently so did Mighty's. But it's not gold anymore. Which, like, the implication there was they ascended to full godhood. But it's not anymore, so I don't know what to think about that. And you have experienced 4 ascensions and 4 partings. Strife. The Lance of Fury once became the Mad King, plunging the world into ceaseless strife, until your valor brought it to an end. As its demigod successor, the undying Midamos chose to bear the title of Kremnos alone, returning home to be crowned as the last line of defense for the Holy City. Mighty, may your battles know no defeats. Back then, the incarnation of time entrusted Mem to you at the Temple of the Three Fates. Back then, the lively girl with red hair fulfilled her mission and bid the first farewell. Time speaks not of fairness, yet it never stops, and now its power resides in your hands. See you tomorrow, Shrian. Not long ago, the head of the Grove sages helped you repel the menace that is the Black Tide. And still not long past, that unruly scholar staged one grand performance, granting you a glimpse of this world's truth at the cost of his life. Oh, the incarnation of reason, that edge of existence, have you found your answer? The prophecy once made the hand of shadow choose two, granting one the fate of death. Yet their bond wove a hauntingly beautiful tale that stretched across time. At the end, the incarnation of death who journeyed from the nether realm to the living world chose to remain in that sea of flowers, retrieving your future. At the end of the west wind, we shall meet again, Casterus. What a long journey it's been. Time and again, farewells haven't numbed you. You can't help but wonder, how many more goodbyes will the journey of trailblazing entail? You question whether you'll be able to express each goodbye with heartfelt emotion. Your thoughts sink into the ocean. You recall how the Amphorians cherish epics, using stories to soothe their sorrows. Perhaps you should embrace this way to dispel your melancholy and regain your strength. Then let it begin! Countless words of adventure surge through your mind. You need only to grasp just one to anchor your creation. Don't be influenced by the noise outside, just focus on the key word in your mind. But what if it's Firefly texting me? Or Kafka? It is indeed difficult, but you should still cling tightly to your inspiration, weaving heartfelt and elegant verses. Alright, this is an impossible task. Just one glance at your phone, it won't disrupt your thoughts, or so you tell yourself. I am very excited for Silverwolf and Kafka's buffs next patch. Great mystery. Last time in Styxia. Zero time for treasure hunting. Absolute disaster. Now the River of Souls mostly retreated. I'm back, baby. In the water, a big, shiny chest. I can't use the miracle orb, and I can't wade through. Your power of time is needed now. 70-30 split. 30 for you, 70 for me? Exactly, 30 for you and 70 for me. Details. Get here and we'll talk. I don't know if I'll do rolls for Cypher. I do like her. I said last time, I think her voice actor is doing a fantastic job, but I don't think it fits her. But I also, I need to save for Finon. So I still have like 100 rolls for Finon right now, so I'm still good. We'll see how things go. You must admit, even during this arduous and struggling low point, there are still those who live joyfully. Cypher's endless searching desires for wealth seem more turbulent than the waters of Scale Gorge Waterscape. Forget the past for now, it only brings sorrow. But sadness has no place in this moment. What you need is a drive to move forward. You decide to head to Styxia, where the River of Souls is no longer blocked, to meet up with the cat girl. Hopefully, those glittering, clinking trinkets will, as always, lift your spirits.
Oh, Styxia's moonlight is so beautiful. And the River of Souls is so quiet. It's like everything that happened was just a dream. I wonder if Cass is doing okay on the other side. If I write a letter and put it in a drift bottle, will she be able to read it?
Maybe. Now's not the time to feel down.
You're right. We promised Cass that we continue the flame chase journey, so we can't let her worry.
I will say, because I've gotten, like, so many of the characters I said I would, like, get on rerun, I think after Finon, unless they release some really, really strong dot support that makes Kafka super good again, I will probably start saving, can't remember her name, saving for Alicia, after Finon, but I say that a lot. I said I wasn't gonna roll for any character after Aggie to save for Finon, and look how that worked out.
Now's not the time to feel down. We gotta pull ourselves together.
But that is my feeling at the moment.
By the way, it was Miss Cipher who asked us to come here. But where has she gone?
She's right behind us. She's been here the whole time. Is there someone else here?
Yes, and this aura feels so familiar. Let's go check it out together. Be very careful. I have a bad feeling about this.
Stop. I need them to stop saying this. We're not in Star Wars. I also I have not explored the old stuff at all.
What's that on the ground? Should we pick it up? Careful, careful. It's a piece of black cloth.
That reminds me. That's
Now,
the
where have I seen this before?
the Flame Reaver. Oh boy, did Finon's drip marketing spoil stuff. Like, I was already on the Flame Reaver's Finon train, but he literally has the Flame Reaver's sword in his drip marketing art. And then you can see a second form behind him, like Kevin has in HI3. And then we have near confirmation that his name is just Kevin, actually. His real name. The Flame Reaver.
What? How could they be here? Mummy! Look out!
You want the pink puppy, don't you?
What? Now I'm sad. This isn't the time for jokes.
Don't worry, I was gonna defend you. I wasn't gonna give you to him.
Now, and we'll slip into the past with time's power as soon as we can.
No one takes my mem from me. Except the narrative.
The river of souls is full of fish, big and delicious.
What?
That was what I was gonna say.
The flame chase journey stops.
No.
Meow, meow.
Why are you meowing at me? What?
Meow?
Is this meant to be a riddle?
I don't understand this language at all. Am I hallucinating?
That's what I want to know. Oh, that's why they were meowing.
Sorry, I couldn't pass on the chance to give you two a good scare.
What a terrible person. Let's leave. This cipher must be faked. No, what a terrible person. Let's leave.
Ah! Don't run! I'm the real Cipher. The real one. Come on, don't be upset. I'm just giving you a kind reminder that Emphorius isn't safe at all. The whole place is full of dangers, including that swordmaster. Make sure you stay on your toes, no matter where you are.
You're playing both good cop and bad cop. Well, I ain't grateful for the reminder. I'm so strong I don't need your reminder now. So you're playing good cop and bad cop.
Hey, I'm just making it up to you. You'd do the same in my shoes.
So, was that a Flame Reaver disguise? Or a magic trick? It looked so real. Is that the power of the trickery demigod?
Disguise? No. It's not as simple as that.
He has a forensic
Let me think
forte.
about how to explain
He stole
this.
Desahiko. She's actually been Desahiko the whole
For
time.
example, what did you think when you realized that piece of cloth came from the Flame Reaver's cloak?
We thought that maybe the Flame Reaver was around here somewhere?
That's right. And And then you heard some footsteps. What did you think when that happened?
Well, we thought it must be the Flame Reaver coming this way.
Yep, exactly. I just used some hints and, mental suggestions to help you believe in a lie. Lies are what Zagreus is best at.
Why are you looking at
Everyone
me?
believes in a lie.
Stop looking at
It
me
becomes
specifically.
Power to make lies into reality.
That's literally
Got all my
Nyarlathotep
hair standing up.
in Persona 2. Nice. Now I know your secret.
I sure love your
God,
arrogance,
I would love for them to
great
remake
mystery.
Persona 2.
The seamstress trusts you for a reason.
I do think
Someone
Persona 2
as
holds
honest
up,
as
but
you couldn't trick me even if you wanted to. So, there's no harm in telling you. Besides, we still need to team up to go treasure hunting, right? Let's wrap up here. It's time to get going. Oh, was that your teleslate?
well, I'm fine now. I was just talking about you. Celestius, did you rest well? I came during lucid hour, and you seemed to sleep, so I didn't wake you up. But in current circumstances, I can't stay idle. Feels time to continue our training. Let's go to the grove, shall we?
Aren't you a popular one? But I got to you first, so help me with the treasures, and then I'll send you two to the grove.
I guess that's fair. Why do you need so much money anyway?
Curiosity killed the cat, you know. Do you think I'll spend it all? That's so not why I hunt for treasures. Don't forget, I'm a demigod too. And there's a line reserved for me in that stupid prophecy as well. You shall walk with greed and die over petty change. But I don't believe in that. As long as I keep collecting treasures, then I won't need to care about petty change.
You have fulfilled the prophecy already.
I won't be walking with greed.
No, you.
Isn't that simple?
No, you were so clearly
So,
doing
as long
exactly
as I
what that
keep going
prophecy is
down
saying.
this path, all those predestined prophecies and fates will never catch up to me. That was a long speech. I'm getting thirsty at this rate. The treasures of Styxia aren't gonna float up on their own. Come on, Gray Mystery. Show me what the authority of time can do.
I'll think about it. A few days later, at the crashed site in the Abyss of Fate.
So, this is the car of the Astral Express you've spoken of. My
Alright, it's shady, man.
memories has been enriched with another fascinating piece of information.
Emanate.
Thank you for leading me here, Lord Donhong.
I'm surprised a council elder like yourself would be willing to journey so far to inspect the Express. Yeah, if he's not back to being voiced by next... If his voice actor doesn't come back by next patch, they're 100% going to replace him.
Archimans hold wisdom and knowledge in high esteem.
Which is going to be really unfortunate. I really like
Don
Donhong's voice actor.
Origins. I'm sure more would be intrigued by the Trailblaze. Sadly, discussions about the world beyond the sky remain taboo. It's been quite some time since you first arrived in Akama. Presumably, you've been looking for a way to leave ever since.
Kind of. I've been actively gathering clues and testing different things. Sadly, the more I find out, the more powerless I feel.
Don't be too hard on yourself, my lord. This puzzle has stumped Emphorius' scholars for centuries. It isn't something you can solve overnight. Even someone as gifted as yourself.
In the Grove, I discovered extensive research on the Sky Titan. It appears that many scholars from Emphorius believe the taboo against the world beyond the sky stems from a curse cast by Aquila.
Exactly. Of the 12 Titans of Emphorius, Aquila is known for being the most capricious. The weather itself reflects their mood. Tranquil sunshine, mournful rain. Aquila's breath is a brisk wind, and their cries resound as thunder in a storm.
Additionally, Akila is one of the 2 titans whose core flames have yet to be returned.
The sky above affects every citizen. It's clear that Lady Aglaya's decision to confront Aquila at the end of
Makes
the
sense.
Flame Chase journey was a carefully considered strategy.
If returning Akila's core flame can break the sky's curse, we won't have to exhaust ourselves searching for a way back. We can simply focus on aiding the crisis heirs.
Anti-Catherians have no home to return to, so I understand your concern for your old friends and homeland. I used anti-Catherian technology, or scanning, as you might call it, to assess this car. Assuming my judgment is correct, I might be able to conduct a thorough overhaul of its power systems.
Really? But...
Of course. That's only if you, my lord, permit me to interact with it.
By all means, please proceed. But be careful. The Express's thrusters are extremely delicate.
You honor me with your trust. I will be very careful.
So I do... You know, we talked about the core flames. We definitely know of the ones that are, like... So Tribi is Yanis. Mighty is Nikador. Hyacine's definitely going to be Aquila. Cypher is Zagreus. Castris is Thanatos. Anaxa was Circes. And then Aglaya is Nestia. And I believe Phagos's was mentioned by name. I think it was Scyllins? And she's in... Or like, there are images of her in the Divergent universe. But so that leaves, and then I don't remember for a set, but Phynon obviously is going to be Kefali. And we're Ornyx. But so, that leaves a few of the Titans, unmarked, I guess, or untaken. So are there core flames that we have but don't have a, like, bearer yet? Because we don't have one for Talantin. We don't have one for Georius. What are the other ones? That might be it, actually. I think it's just those 2. That we know of. So, I don't know, because there's no characters for those ones left. I mean, they could always just introduce a new character. But, I don't know, we got one, right, as an Outworlder. Like, is Lygus trying to get one? Is Don Hung gonna get one? Is, I guess it's possible because March is clearly connected here that she might end up getting one. Alicia also, I guess, could get one, although she's connected to us with Ornyx, so maybe not. I'm just thinking, because, like, Phagosa, at least, we know had a demigod. But they definitely haven't mentioned one for Gregorius. Oh, there is one other character from the trailers, I think. The one that some people, for some reason, think is going to be Fuhua. I don't remember her name. Because I guess she could be one. But, yeah, I'm just thinking, I wonder if... maybe, like, one of the existing characters get it. I feel like March would make sense given the direction of the story right now. But Don Hung's here. And they're clearly, like, building him up, right? But also, like, he has his second form. Narratively, would it make sense to give him a third one? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But I guess, and then there is still Alicia. Lygus carefully scans the damaged propulsion system, then methodically does something that I couldn't read in time. This is unbelievable. You seem to understand its structure perfectly. Have you had something like this before? Don Hung's suspicious.
Not exactly, but we Antikytherians are inherently sensitive to machinery. Carefully endowed our kind with a unique advantage for analyzing.
There's no way Don Hung believes this.
If you give me some time, I might be able to fully restore this damaged car to its former glory. Then you and your esteemed companion could set off on your return journey sooner.
I'm a Titankin now. Like, I ain't going nowhere till this plot's resolved. But isn't the real issue with Akira?
Hypothetically, Lord Don Hung, if I could open up a path out of Amphorius that
wonder what would happen
Aquila's divine
if we left with a core flame, like took it fully out of the cycle.
Would you consider ceasing your support for the Flame Chase journey?
So why do you want the Flame Chase journey to end? What is your deal here? Because, like, we know he's an emanator. We know he stopped Herta from coming in. But why? Like, what's his end goal? I don't understand. Does the Council of Elders possess some secret means of counteracting divine punishment?
It's best if you don't delve too deeply into that question, my lord. All you need to know is, I can make it happen.
So there are ways to get out. Maybe this is not a decision by the Council of Elders, but rather his personal wish.
The crucial point is, if you and your companion are unwilling to halt your support for the Chrysos heirs, it could offend certain interests.
Forgive me, Lord Lygus, but I must be frank. When visiting Dawncloud, I reviewed the records of many council elders. Among them, only your background was nearly blank. I'd like to accept your goodwill, but given such a mysterious background and motives, anyone cautious would have doubts.
Your prudence impresses me, just as expected.
Hello? Are these people? Is it a trap? Is that why you accompanied me here?
Please don't misunderstand, Lord Don Hung. As the Theoros, I have no allegiance to their plans, nor am I obliged to obstruct them. I am neutral. Out of respect for you, I hope to offer a peaceful solution to ensure the safety of you and your companion.
1 against 4, then. Just to confirm, if things turn ugly later, will you help?
I will not. As I said, I remain neutral. Are you asking this because you plan to refuse my offer and continue supporting the Chrysos heirs?
You weren't wrong about one thing, Lord Lygus. Indeed, we must try to return to our companions. But our companions now also include the flame-chased and Chrysos heirs. The Nameless cannot and will not ignore the fate of our companions.
So I see. This is what you call trailblazing.
When I asked if you'd help, I meant the ones who needed help are them. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think based on Hung is enough for something like that. I guess I don't know how strong those people are, but like, if he goes full Imbibitor Lunae, what are they gonna do? Like, we've seen what Imbibitor Lunae can do, and it's a lot.
You have such overwhelming power, so why? Answer me. Why do you stand in our way? Why do you want...
Oh no! He can't hold on anymore! Drag him back here, friend! Are you okay?
I'm okay. I can handle that kind of hit now. But a few months ago, that would have knocked me out. Thanks for worrying, buddy. Thanks for the help. To face Aquila and other potential threats, I must sharpen myself with the most aggressive methods.
Even so, it's impressive you thought of this training method. Battling the phantoms of the past in the river of time?
That's cool.
It's just like the hyperbolic time sanctum that the bards describe.
What do you mean they have Dragon Ball on Amphorius? What? Akira Toriyama, are you here too? Did you reincarnate in Amphorius when you passed in Earth?
It's working pretty well, wouldn't you say? But combat isn't just about strength and skill. You also need the right weapon. Compared to that guy's weapon, mine feels like I'm swinging a lump of iron. I can't tell you how many swords I've gone through since the training began.
Oh god, he's like Noel. Why not get Cartonius to help?
Don't worry. I've already arranged that. Of course I need him.
Okay. I guess it could be, instead of him being the Flame Reaver, he's just going to take the Flame Reaver's sword. I'm still on he's the Flame Reaver, though.
I asked him to make a suitable divine weapon for me. It's a little embarrassing to say this, but in order to help me, he deliberately turned down all other business.
Oh, Cartonis is part of this flame chase journey after all. Full of energy.
Thinking about how he's been recently, maybe you're right.
But, Finon, I've been somewhat concerned about you. Lately, you seem more and more fixated on that Swordmaster in black.
Isn't that odd for him, though? Because, like, he had this with Nikador before, when we first got here.
That's quite the sudden shift in topic.
I've been holding this question in for a long time. You're getting stronger, but seeds of unrest are also growing in me.
Don't worry. I'm not wielding my sword for revenge. He's been through Nikador's trial and understands. Those who can't walk out of the shadows of their past are ultimately weak. Times have changed. The responsibility I bear is both precious and fragile. I wield my sword for the future of Amphorius. I will not let hatred cloud my judgment again and neglect my duties.
You've really grown, but you can't beat them yet. We'll be here by your side.
You're right, partner. As of now, I'm not able to handle that Swordmaster on my own. I still need the help of my friends. Every time I say something, things get so serious. I don't want to be the person who keeps bringing the mood down. I'm out of energy for training today. How about we go to the library of Philia to lighten the mood?
Sure, that's what I've been looking forward to. We deserve to enjoy ourselves after all the hard work. Today, I'm definitely going to...
Were you reading before?
A girl's little secret. Don't pry.
Oh, I want to know.
That's the charm of this place. You can
Tell me
find
about your
whatever
BL,
you're
ma'am.
into here. The three of us might not be into scholarly books, but we could still spend an entire day at the Library of Philia.
That's not where map is in this game. I hate...
Here we are! Where was that slate last time?
Heart.
Was it here? Or maybe over here?
I hate that, like,
I'm up to
all the
lots of fun.
buttons
It's free
are
time now.
different among all of
Should have
Hoyo's
asked you.
games. Over the past few months, you've come here more than once, fishing out that small piece of essence from the ocean of knowledge that best suits your tastes. You're quite relieved that Dom Hung isn't around. No one would be there to judge your reading tastes. The scroll at hand shows a line of small text. Non-standard reading material. Please return to its original place after borrowing. Do not let any Grove professor discover it. 10 exclamation marks. It seems that the scholars of the Grove, amidst their profound academic discussions, haven't forgotten their little hobbies. So which reading material will you peruse? Forbidden Love, The Tree, and the Butterfly. The professor can't possibly be this shy. One Punch God Aka. No, my professor can't possibly be this shy. Sorry I'm late! I used the power of a Cognos bloom to climb over the vines, rushing to the classroom, and nervously pulling open the door, only to make eye contact with the person I had an appointment with. The professor, barely over 30, was leaning casually against the stone lectern, loose and relaxed. Wait, hold on. The scholar's robe gleamed bright in the dim light of the ever night, giving off an almost divine aura. The first class, and already late. Looks like someone is eager to meet Thanatos. In other words, this was our first one-on-one lesson, and I just totally blew it from the start. Probably even Cersei's would have felt embarrassed looking at a sorry scene. Luckily, I'd come up with a plan. Sorry, Professor. I'll do anything to make it up for you. Anything? Well, please, I hope you'll be lenient. At those words, the professor's face broke into a charming smile, and then it became a porno. Then I want you to teach me. Wait, Professor! I want you to break down the points in this paper word by word and explain them to me slowly. Although there was no mirror here, I could guess that my face had turned red from the sudden and direct request. But, Professor, I'm still just a student intern. Isn't it a bit too early for me to do something like this? I finally worked up the courage to say it. Do you want me to waste the lesson I prepared? You fool. I can't believe this is an AXA fanfiction. At least wait until after class. If that's what you'd prefer, then fine. But don't forget, I still haven't forgiven you. So what should we study first today? Why don't we peruse this academic journal? I think they recently published a paper on the patterns of natural numbers. Alright, I'm not gonna keep reading this, but this feels euphemism-y. The Express, Welt, phone, wait. After finishing this mind-shaking piece, only one image remains in your mind. The Express, Welt, phone. For a young Stellaron host, this type of literature remains far too ahead of its time. It is BL! It's BL that apparently we're picturing Welt in. That's it? Nothing else? I probably should have actually read that, but... The love story abruptly ends at its worst moment. Was he also lost the motivation to continue, or some urgent situation remains unknown? If it were the later, the Flame Reaver is fully responsible. I'm definitely not reading this one. I don't like One Punch Man. Invigorating literature, your favorite. The article leaves you feeling empowered, as if you were the author's One Punch God incarnate. Sky Titan Nakula, that's nothing.
I wonder what Finan and Mem are reading.
Alright, that line was better.
Let's take a closer look.
I still don't like it, but It's better.
Well, I thought I felt a draft just now. Peeking isn't polite, my friend.
Just curious what you're reading.
You could have just asked. There's nothing embarrassing about it. Here, look, I'm reading this. Antiques Appraisal. How to Make a Fortune.
I don't believe you. I know how in your dreams. Maybe it's time to find a different side gig.
No way, I've invested almost all my savings into this hobby. I've spent a lot of time pondering how Aglaia became such an effective leader. Beyond the intangible qualities like personality and ethics, a major reason is her family wealth. That's the perk of growing up in a big city, isn't it? For those of us in the sticks, luck doesn't come as easily. It's 30% grind, 70% fate. Oops, I talked too much. As a leader, you need both integrity and... integrity and skill.
Yeah? Fine on want money. Me too. He's just like me for real. Alright, ma'am, show me your BL.
Month of cultivation, curtain fall hour, a time to feast on grains, but poor time for fishing. Oh, but then again, are there even any spots left to fish in Emporius these days?
Are you into fishing?
Ah, you scared me!
The BL is coded.
Bursting into someone's world like that can really catch them off guard. Well, no more jokes. There's nothing here. I'll go look elsewhere.
Something's odd about Mem. What are they flipping through?
They're into fish. Don't judge them.
Oh, these cards are so detailed and fine. Ruler, weaver, traveler, healer.
Alright, so there's the next names for the other protagonists of the upcoming Hoyo games.
Do I have to memorize them all?
So I'm assuming these are some kind of tarot. Traveler being one of those might have an implication. Ruler fits me pretty well.
What a coincidence! We meet again. Guess we're fated to be together, huh? But you must be busy, so I won't bother you for now. Hope your day, every day, is joyful.
So suspicious. Not like their usual self.
Vicious.
You sure are persistent. All right. I'm totally helpless against your charm.
Thank you.
What are you guys chatting about? Is this the Emporius Divination Compendium?
So it is tarot. Okay.
Why are you here too?
Sorry, seeing you two chasing each other around, I suddenly found my book not that appealing anymore. Never thought Mem would be into divination. But it's not exactly a niche hobby, so why all the secrecy?
I wanted to set up a surprise! Master it in secret and give you all a shock.
Ah, goddammit, I have hiccups.
But getting caught halfway through, it's only natural I'd feel shy. A girl's heart is more delicate than Aquila's ever-changing moods.
A surprise, huh? Someone else used to tell me the same. She was really good at stargazing and divination, especially with cards. Yeah, just like the ones you're looking at.
And you must be pretty familiar with all sorts of divination techniques with a friend like that.
No, I know nothing about it. I've never really believed in using cards or bones to predict the future. If the good omens foretold by divination were true, my hometown, Hydes Elysiae, wouldn't have disappeared. Don't forget, we've got Lady Trina. Every other form of divination is just smoke and mirrors or cleverly rehearsed tricks compared to her flawless prophecies.
Well, facing these isn't bad sometimes.
To me, divination could be a power that guides our spirits. Fate always casts a shadow in front of us, clouding our view of the future. That's why people turn to divination. It's just to find a small reason to give them courage to face the unknown.
You've really thought about this, haven't you? What if divination predicts something bad?
Divination is only meaningful when there are both good and bad outcomes.
It's true.
Even bad omens serve as guidance. They can help keep us alert, right?
Strange. That person I knew used to say similar things. Looking
Almost
back,
like the
whenever
same
she
person.
interpreted a card for me, I couldn't help but feel uneasy. Even though I never believed in the outcomes. Maybe it was her tone. Cyrene. She could paint a complete fantasy so vividly, it utterly captivated me as a child. Right, I still carry a card she once used. Do you want to see it?
Sure. That's literally you.
It's so exquisite.
That is literally you. Those mitts up to the task, and then gotta craft the mem-specific deck. Mitts up to the task?
Oh, now that you mention it, yes. It would be even better if it were made of, say, crystal.
Okay.
Speaking of which, partner, there's something I haven't shared with you all. Remember our first trip to the Temple of the Three Fates? The riddle that Orin exposed to us? Who's there?
Oh no!
You are...
It's the hand! Nice cosplay.
These folks are up to no good.
Black clothing. Masks decorated with golden blood.
They're here to kill us.
Are they cleaners?
That's a name for them.
To directly call us by our name, it seems you, Lord Finan, have studied the forgotten history of Amphorius quite thoroughly.
What's been clean? Clothes or cars?
Your friend seems quite interested in us. Perhaps you could explain, Lord Finan. It would be the polite thing. We can't let our esteemed guests pass away without understanding.
During the Chrysos War, to combat the Chrysos heirs, several cities formed an underground assassin squad called the Cleaners. Their task was to erase anyone with golden blood from existence. Assassination, poisoning, political persecution. They would do anything to achieve their objective.
Now, this historical perspective seems biased, glossing over the Chrysos heirs' abuse of divine powers and their blatant initiation of war.
They sure haven't.
In order to
They sure have not abused their
defame
powers at all.
our predecessors. Could you disclose the name of the author behind this popular legend, Lord Finan? I'd hate for the innocent children of Akamar to be tainted by such slanted narratives.
You should have stayed buried in the dust of history. The Citizens' Assembly has once again legitimized the mission of the Chrysos heirs. But as for you...
That's why they're here, though. Because their plan failed.
Not one citizen would cast their vote for you. Executioners lurking in the shadows.
What does it matter? We've long since stopped expecting to be understood. People have become too accustomed to peace. and they've forgotten the disasters that arose from allowing generations of the Chrysos heirs to rule.
Is that, you mean that things have been held
nonsense.
together?
Did you really travel all the way to the Grove just to have an argument?
I enjoy dealing with people as straightforward as you, Lord Finan. You've probably figured out why we.
Yeah, you're gonna try to kill me, and failed horribly. There's a handful of you here. Who do you think you're fighting? The fight you want? Let's get. No, yeah. Who do you think you're fighting?
Keep your cool, partner. They've come out of the shadows, which suggests they have something up their sleeves. All right, let's hear it. What are you hiding? But watch your language and don't say anything you might regret. My shoulders
Finan
might be
says
sore,
no
and my
cursing.
sword a tad dull, but it's still enough to slice off your tongues.
How's it going, Cinny? This place fits, doesn't it? It's a bit small, but the lighting is perfect.
Thank you, Lady Treby. With this, the Twilight Courtyard can be reborn in Akama. Do you like it here too, little Ika?
It's
That
so
fuck.
bright here. Maybe you should rename it? How about Luminous Courtyard?
Lady Treby makes a good point. But Twilight Courtyard carries the long history of the descendants of the sky, and I'd like it to continue.
Right. How does the legend go again?
Even Lady Treby forgets things.
We just haven't prepared lessons in a while now, so we're a bit rusty. Just give us some time and we'll remember. Ah! Now we remember. Kremnos and the Firmament, Volume 3, Section 5. With Seliosi, the Day Thunder Knight, striking down the Eye of Twilight, the divine war between Nikador and Aquila, which spanned centuries, came to an end. Thereafter, the Skyfolk gradually declined. Numerous sky fortresses were abandoned, and their descendants began to establish themselves on the land. Finally, those descended from Seliosi the Day Thunder Knight were welcomed by the scholars under Circes and established the Twilight Courtyard in the Grove. The historical records seem slightly at odds with our memories.
So the historical records have
But
been
the
changed.
details from that time have become somewhat hazy to us.
Oh, I forgot. For Lady Treby, history is more than just words on a page. It's something you've personally lived through. Little Ika loves listening to the stories from the legends. I'm sure you're also imagining one day you'll be as awe-inspiring as the winged beasts by Seliosi's side. That day will come.
We will fly on the fat fuck into the skies!
Growing. Lord Crediros?
Miss Hyacinth and Lady Treby, good to see you're doing all right. I heard from the citizens you were nearby and came to check.
Doing all right. What's going on, Crediros?
There's been another violent incident at the market. A shop was smashed and looted. It's the third time this week.
How can this be? I always thought that with Lady Aglaya here, Akama would remain peaceful.
Yeah, no, it's...
That was true in the past.
We're
These
coming to
days,
the end times.
Forgive my bluntness. Her senses may not be as sharp
We,
as
like,
they once were.
it is really clear that Amphorius is rapidly descending
Peggy.
to the end at this point.
In my opinion, malevolent forces have noticed the slack. in the
Probably
Roman
next
threads
patch
and
will
are now
be, like,
plotting to exploit the opportunity.
the end of the current cycle.
The Citizens' Assembly just wrapped up. Why is there still unrest?
The Chrysos heirs won by only one vote.
Yeah, I mean, this is also true.
From my years of experience, a narrow victory often walks hand in hand with unrest.
Like, if the fact that they only won by one means that literally half the city disagrees with the Flame Chase journey.
Clementine. Take a breath. What's going on?
Please, something terrible has happened at Marmorial Palace.
What is it, Doctor? Calm yourself and talk us through.
Lady Aglaya.
What happened? No. No. You leave my wife alone.
It's Lady Aglaya who's in trouble.
Moments ago in Marmorial Palace. Did the assassins get her?
I still remember. This bath that
I
overlooks
can't see them actually getting her. I could see her
900 years ago.
letting herself be killed as some sort of martyrdom, especially since this would like push her further into
to remember the heroes who
the
made great
demigodhood.
sacrifices for Amphorius a millennium ago.
Like, it does seem like they have to die to
Rules were
fully
set then.
ascend.
No one was allowed to enter, apart from guests invited by the Goldweaver. But, I guess, you're no longer pretending to follow the rules, are you, Lady Kindness?
Of course, they're controlled by her.
Aglaya, Aglaya. You ageless witch, hiding behind a divine facade to deceive mortals. We've been far too kind with you.
Kind? There's no need to use such a word to cover up your incompetence.
Yeah, that is what it is.
Anaxagoras humiliated all of you before the citizens. If you still had any shred of shame, you'd throw yourselves from Dawn Cloud at the curtain ball out to
God
salvage the
damn.
last fragments of your dignity.
Demigod, why not gaze into the water's reflection and see the wretched face you wear now?
Her face is very pretty. I don't know what you're talking about.
These days you're not only blind, but also deaf. The cleaners were born for this moment. When all orders, rules, and laws fail to restrain you, it's time for the dagger to pass judgment.
If you're in such a hurry, give it a try.
Going toe-to-toe with a demigod? We're not that foolish.
Yes, you are.
The dagger isn't at your throat, but...
Your gravest accusation is that my humanity is fading. And you claim my concern for mortal joys and sorrows is nothing but a facade. If that accusation holds, what makes you think the lives of these civilians will sway me in the slightest?
Fine. I'll gladly use a few more words to shatter that demigod facade of yours. Like I said, you're not only blind, but deaf too. Lately, your control over Akuma has weakened. You failed to notice the thefts we arranged in the market, nor did you catch wind of the meetings happening in the Dromus workshop. Plots are unfolding right under your nose, yet you remain indifferent.
I mean, you don't know that she doesn't
Humanity
know about them.
fading? Aglaya, why not use your precious golden thread to peer into my thoughts? See if the gift we've so meticulously prepared for you can move that cold demigod heart of yours.
In this moment, I only regret not being more ruthless. Because your evil is beyond cure.
You finally figured it out. You have grown dull. I've been holding that image in my mind this whole time to make sure you could see it clearly.
I want you to have this knucklebone talisman, Big Sis.
Oh no!
I hope it brings you luck every day and keeps you safe.
That girl who can't speak or hear.
Oh, right.
What if she accidentally lost her eyes too?
I do remember her.
Better than anyone what it feels like to lose your sight. Imagine if 1,000 years ago you, already blind, had also lost your voice and hearing in your youth. Would you still have become the Aglaya you are today? Look at those broken, pleading eyes. How disappointing. We overestimated your cunning. If this plan fails, we still have dozens of splendid parting gifts prepared. Demigod, would you like to hear about them?
I thought I could buy some more time. In these 1,000 years, I've witnessed the fall of 10 titans. From my naive arrogance at the beginning to slowly learning how to guide others.
The president letting her speak.
Now, it's time to let go. I should be grateful. Grateful that I've reached this moment.
Alright, take kindness with you,
let
though.
my departure become a path for others to follow. Have I done enough? If I embrace that prophecy now, and sink into the warmth of these waters, will the wandering wind stop to mourn me, Cyphra?
They're just gonna push her off. I'm letting him go at Memorial Market.
Seamstress! I've come as promised. Look at this box full of gold and silver treasures. I bet there's stuff here you've never seen. Come on. As we agreed, I want to buy the most valuable clothes you have.
Little thief! You've got some nerve, barging into my shop dressed in those tattered rags. What have you brought? Let me see.
Here, take a look. Only the finest goods. See the sapphire? It's even more blue than Fagusa's eyes.
Such exquisite luster. I've only seen an ocean's tier of this quality in my mother's treasury.
Wait, you've seen one before?
Yeah, because you stole from her mom.
Speechless. What a letdown.
It's just an old memory. My family estate all burned to ashes long ago.
Okay.
This workshop is what I built from scratch.
Wow, a daughter rebuilding her family business. How admirable. Enough with the jokes. At least you did get to enjoy those luxuries.
Mind your manners, kitty. Tell me, Cyphra, where did you come from? And how did you acquire these treasures?
I won them fair and square in a bet. What? Do you doubt me?
Yeah, a little bit.
Speak up, seamstress. Give me a straight answer. Do you want these or not?
Strange. You're clearly lying to my face. But my golden thread doesn't tremble at all.
That's because I'm not lying. I've been telling the truth from the start.
Is that
no,
so?
no EP for Pensy. Pensy must stay awake forever.
Tell another story.
Hey, Pensy. How are you doing?
Oh, come on. Can't we just do business without all this chatter? Don't worry. I didn't leave any evidence, so...
No one will bother you.
How can I trust a word you say when you're so skilled at lying?
Dealing with you rich people is such a pain. Always wasting my time. Fine, if you don't want it. There are plenty of others who do.
Hold on. Your treasure? I'll accept it. But these alone aren't enough to purchase the Gold Weaver's finest clothes. That said, I do have something that would suit you perfectly.
Oh. What do you have in mind?
Look. Come a bit closer.
Heels!
Oh.
Why are you selling her heels?
Shimmering gold. Absolutely stunning.
These golden boots are the Gold Weaver's greatest treasures. Though not as valuable as the most precious gowns, they hold a magical power. Legend has it that Zagreus blessed these boots, allowing anyone who wears them to move swiftly and silently. Put them on, Cyphra. And don't get caught again. A face as lovely as yours deserves better protection.
You rich folks just love sticking your noses in everything, don't you?
Again, her voice actor's doing an
Well,
incredible job. I
I'm
just don't think
taking
it fits
these now,
Cypher.
so don't get any second thoughts.
What's wrong?
Do you have a smaller size? These
Yeah.
are way too big for me.
Well, I suppose you'll have to grow into them.
Oh god, it's you.
Do you have to interrupt me in the middle of my story? Fake? What's fake?
Those boots definitely don't hold Zagreus' divine power! You're Amphorius' most cunning liar, and even you were fooled by a Glyad!
Watch your mouth, or I'll feed you to the fish in the River of Souls. Weren't you curious how I got tangled up with that seamstress? Well, now you know. Satisfied?
I didn't expect such a simple story! How disappointing! But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaya wasn't trying to trick you?
You're defending her.
No. I just think the story's so moving, it'd be a shame to ruin it with a lie. If I could cry, I'd be in tears right now.
Good thing you've still got a sharp tongue, or you'd have been stuck guarding someone's front door ages ago. Enough chit-chat. Let's take a look at this place. The city of Styxia. Look how beautiful she is! Let me take a good sniff of this air.
Sniff, 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 sniff. I smell Game of Goyle.
This air, it's filled with the scent of treasure everywhere. Wonderful! Just wonderful. Thanks to Castorus and Grey Mystery, the ancient city's barrier was finally dispelled. Now that I think about it, helping them was well worth it. Time for treasure hunting, Barto! Lead the way, and whatever we find, we'll split 80-20.
Well, I have a suggestion. How about 70-30 instead?
Hey,
Listen closely.
you're
you
only
hear
gonna get
that?
70 of her 30
The
though,
knotfish
because I'm
in
getting the
River
70.
of Souls are growling with hunger.
80-20 it is. How generous you are, Boss Lady Cypher.
Anyway, what's with all this water? It's damp, cold, and miserable here. I hate it.
How?
Ooh, the mighty demigod of trickery. uneasy around water?
You wouldn't understand. The people of Dolos are talented in many ways. Just, not in swimming. Why don't we have a race? Long distance, sprint, or laps? Take your pick.
What's got you so worked up? Relax, relax. Who would have thought the fearless Lady Cypher was afraid of water?
Cats hate getting wet. What's so hard to understand about that? Now, hurry up and figure out a way across. Or I might have to reconsider our split.
Don't rush me. Let me take a look around.
Oh god, please don't make me play as Bartholos.
Got it. Let's use that thing. Come on, follow me, boss lady.
Not a good imitation.
Of what?
I'll play along.
Ah, okay, so this isn't Bartholos.
Tell me, how did you
Oh, okay, they're not letting me play Cypher.
around, boss lady?
Oh, yes they are. Wait. Okay. Cypher, what do you do?
Mystery. Trying to.
I can't. Get it?
Trick me into saying something. Not a chance.
You're as sharp as ever.
Oh.
You can't get rich by waiting.
I guess let's do a battle with her. I can't imagine this team will be bad for her. That said, let's put in Aventurine. Aventurine's
like
more just generally always useful. Whoa, only good. Well, not only good, but it's specifically good if they're an attack scaler and need energy.
Was this device designed by priests of Ornyx? Do you think you can handle it?
Aveve is just... He's not as all-encompassing as he used to, but he's still broken. Aventurine works in literally any party.
You don't have to worry about your tail getting wet.
Not bad, but just a warning. If this thing fails while we're halfway through the water...
Don't worry, trust me. For that sweet 20% cut of the loot, I'll make sure you're taken care of.
Huh. This feels truly magical. When did you pick up this trick?
All self-taught.
We're here. Can we turn off this spotlight now? It's really blinding.
No problem. Just use the device over there to shut it off.
The scent of gold coins, gems, and
Oh, Vortex pretty cool.
fine leather. It's
Oh.
so refreshing.
I don't know what the magnet does, but this is okay. So I'm faster.
City are all floating back up thanks to
This is the
rain.
effect Sela gets.
And
Does she have
that,
stealth?
Pink squirrel. Time. Yes, right here. What are you waiting for? Start digging.
Roger that. Watch me.
Bartholos activated excavation mode, unearthing the treasure buried deep underground.
Wow! That's a huge chest. Move over. I want to open it myself. Wow, a massive haul. Unbelievable. It's hard to imagine the kind of luxurious life the people of Styxia once led. As expected for a realm of Fagusa's disciples. This entire chest is filled with ornaments made from ocean's tears. Here, take this. See if it suits you.
Ooh, thanks for the gift, boss. Look at the clarity of this purple crystal. It matches my skin tone perfectly. Oh, safer. You truly have the most refined taste of all. Let me try this on.
Right, because it's what she said before, where it was expecting a treasure, and so she was able to turn it into it.
How long have we known each other? I can't believe you still fall for this.
This is... How could I have forgotten about this? I'll believe it as true, and a lie becomes reality. What a convenient ability.
The demigod of trickery's divine gift. Far more practical than any golden thread or teleporter.
Nah, teleporting's
Alright,
broken, lady.
Enough fooling around. Here's the real thing. Lead the way.
Cipher rules! I've already pinpointed the external treasure! Starting navigation. Boss lady, we're set to make a fortune this time! Got any plans on how to spend it?
Of course. Spend nothing.
Whoa! Isn't that like...
Uh-huh.
Once activated, this thing makes a racket that can be heard for miles. It's just too stupid.
Seriously, what was the Titan thinking when they came up with this thing? Hey! If you don't want the trickery to be exposed, you'd better start by keeping your mouth shut.
What?
What do you say?
Boss lady, you're absolutely right. I'll be careful with my words.
I don't understand that. Oh, I guess because if we know what they were thinking, then the
This
perception
thing's way too loud when it's
doesn't
on.
work,
Let's not stir up more trouble.
and it'll
okay?
fall apart. Is that what they're saying?
Here we go round the river of souls. Spirit thief goes, spirit thief goes.
Oh.
There's a big guy guarding this place.
Yeah, big and dumb. Just a pure lump of stupidity.
Oh, actually, what is she? Can't tell. I can't access her. Oh, she's in the hill. I wonder if... Does she work with Akron? I guess I have a Veve here, so worse. Like...
All or nothing.
I have worse. Like,
Time will
this'll
tell.
work.
Look at its face. Oh my, how could something be so ugly?
Yeah, so ugly. Ugly enough to make even me, a little imp without a digestive system, feel nauseous.
If that ugly brute messes up my face, even the stoic Talantin might end up shedding a tear.
Indeed, that would be heartbreaking. Clearly running away is the sensible choice.
So, how about you take the front? I'll attack from the side.
Right. Fleeing fits a rogue nature.
So again...
Huh?
Like, this is a... Although, no, this isn't a destruction model. This is a fragmentum monster.
How familiar. Spend freely.
Oh!
Bust.
Oh, never mind.
Or maybe I'll
I thought that was a follow-up attack. I had auto on. That's a follow-up attack, though. Is she a follow-up attacker, then? Huh. Maybe I should have gone for a... No, okay, that's Venturines. Talent's follow-up attack can I be triggered? That doesn't... Not quantum damage. Has a high chance to decrease one enemy and adjacent target's damage dealt increase Cypher's attack. Does quantum damage to designated enemy and minor quantum damage. Is that a debuff, though? I mean, it's saying reduce their damage, but I don't know if that's a debuff. Deal quantum and true damage equal to a percentage of current tally. Renewal. Okay, that's just damage. The patron state after targeting state. Type of team. Okay, so she is follow-up. I guess I should have brought a Topaz. Also, that could be a debuff.
Farewell.
Not that it's gonna matter.
Watch over you.
Like, this isn't a real battle. They never are.
On still waters of oblivion.
And I'm using Acheron.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Oh, an achievement.
Watch your head.
Oh, wait. That might be a debuff. Yeah, okay, Patron is a debuff. I don't know if it'll reactivate, though. Let's see.
Oh, take it on.
Okay, it totally triggers Acheron.
Found me.
Serenity is before me.
Free will or what?
Yeah, alright. We'll just either with
Such an ugly
Acheron.
and useless creature, taken down with just a couple of heads. How boring. Hey, Bartolos, are you still alive? Give us a squeak if you are.
Here! I mean, squeak!
Look at you, all shaken up. Can't handle even this bit of action. It should be safe here now. Get to work.
Aye, aye, boss lady Cypher.
Brussels activated excavation mode and everything the treasure is buried deep underground. What do you mean
Doesn't
underground?
smell like anything valuable this time.
We're
Since we've already
We're
dug
on
it
a
up, let's open it and
bridge.
see.
We're on a dock above water.
Huh. Is this?
Month of balance day blue. 3 more neighboring households moved away today. The tide has risen higher than ever before, already reaching the 5th step of the stone stairway to our residence. The priest insists it's merely seasonal high tide that will soon recede, but having lived in 6 years for 30 years, I've never witnessed water levels like this. The Leander from the harbor was fishing 3 days ago and reported that the seawater had become unusually turbid, appearing as if it mixed with ink. Beneath the surface, he glimpsed strange shadows, not human in form, yet possessing distinct outlines. After returning, he developed a high fever and has remained bedridden since. The city's feasts have grown increasingly frenzied. Grand celebrations that once occurred only during the month of joy now happen almost daily. At the Onzo family's bequest last night, I witnessed 2 normally well-mannered women treading grapes barefoot, emitting strange laughter, and then directly drinking the dirt-laden juice. They claim to be mimicking Fagosa's ritual ceremonies, though I've never heard of such an absurd form of worship. Prices at the market have risen by 30%. The honey brew merchant reports that the brewing process has become exceptionally difficult lately. The yeast cultures mysteriously rot. Only by distilling with seawater collected directly from the harbor can they produce proper wine. Fortunately, our Doris remained lucid, and has wisely advised us to minimize our consumption of the city's water and wine. Yeah, that sounds right. Last night, strange music emanated from the harbor. It wasn't produced by any instrument, but seemed to rise from the ocean depth. The low, haunting melody sounds as if it was telling an ancient tale, compelling people to approach the shore. Several neighbors' children sleepwalked to the dock last night. They claimed to have seen the goddess in the water performing and wanted to get closer. So is this Fagosa or is this Zagreus? Or something else entirely? The priests have forbidden all forms of musical performances and deployed soldiers to patrol the docks. For some reason, I can't shake the feeling that they're acting from fear rather than genuine desire to protect us. Because these also sound like sirens. Today I met Nora, the cloth merchant at the market. She revealed that the situation in her district was far more dire than we had imagined. The spirit water pool in Fagosa's temple suddenly dried up 3 days ago. That's definitely not a good sign. And despite their best effort, the priests cannot replenish it. More alarming still, strange cracks have appeared on the wall behind the deity's statue, forming patterns of script that no one can decipher. Nora also shared a particular rumor. Some claim to have seen in their dreams a woman playing a lyre, draped in black veils and with eyes gleaming like seawater. She allegedly told dreamers that Styxia would soon face a great transformation, and only those who hear her voice will be saved. Some city residents have begun referring to her as the prophetic sea musician, despite the priest's determined efforts to suppress such rumors. I wonder if this is the crisis air that took Fugosa, maybe? We finally decided to evacuate with our entire family. The seawater has reached the highest watermark at the dock, yet some remain oblivious. Still immersed in endless revelry, our family and the neighboring Milan household have decided to journey to Akama together. Reportedly, the world-bearing Titan's protection extends there, and the tides of darkness have not yet invaded those lands. We plan to slip away quietly tonight from the northern dock exit. We pray to Fugosa for safe passage. We've been traveling for 3 days now. Last night, the Millan family's youngest child suddenly developed a high fever, continuously muttering strange phrases that resembled an ancient ballad. His father decided to take him back to the city for medical treatment, though we all know there's little hope to be found there. This morning, looking back at Styxia from the hillside, I was horrified to discover the entire city enveloped in a strange aura, with seawater shimmering with an unnatural blue radiance in the sunlight. From a distance, those magnificent buildings seemed to twist and distort in the water, as if they were merely illusions. We encountered several other fleeing townspeople. They brought even more horrifying news. The seawater in Styxia began displaying strange colors and textures, sometimes thick as honey, other times solid as glass. Those who remain in the city have begun undergoing bizarre transformations. Even more disturbing is that at night, the entire city bathes in an indescribable glow, as if enveloped by some gigantic amniotic membrane. They say this is Fugosia's punishment, but I can't help wondering, is this the Titan's wrath, or some power even greater than the Titans at work? We've decided to continue northward to Akama. Along the way, we've heard rumors of someone named who can supposedly appease Fugosia's wrath, but these are merely legends fabricated by desperate people. We common folk can only rely on our own feet to flee this disaster. Tonight, after the children fell asleep, I secretly examined a small vial of seawater I brought from the city. It's the last drop collected from the spirit water pool in Fugosa's temple before we left. In the moonlight, it displays a strange shimmer, as if something moves within it, unlike any ordinary water. By chance, I discovered that gently tapping the vial with my fingertip produced a peculiar sound, like distant lyre notes echoing. In the moment, I seemed to glimpse a mysterious woman standing upon the sea surface, sourly playing a melody that no one could understand. I don't know if this was illusion or reality, but if such a being truly exists, one can hear the sorrows of Styxians. Then as we embark on this uncertain journey, please grant us a flicker of hope, even if it's merely a beautiful dream. Akama is now within reach. Taking one final glance back at my homeland, the beautiful scenery of old is nowhere to be seen. Only distorted masses of light and shadow undulating on the sea level, resembling foam heaped by waves before dawn, dissolving one by one to gradually reveal its cold and true nature.
Ooh, this looks tragic. Do you think they made it to Akama?
I mean, it says they do,
Probably not.
but
I've never seen or heard
also,
of anyone from
this
Styxia
wouldn't
and Akama.
have, like, how would this note
At
be
least
here?
I'm still left for Dolos. Guess this city wasn't so lucky. Huh.
Like, how would this note be here if they made it to Akama?
Unfair, doesn't it? Just because they were born in the wrong place, they had to face such devastation. Meanwhile, those in Akama, simply because they're supported by the world-bearing Titan, continue to survive.
Yeah, the world just isn't fair, is it? Speaking of the world-bearing Titan, Cypher, didn't you tell me once you used to be an apprentice at Kefali's Bracelet Court?
Huh. Did I?
Yeah, you definitely told me, and I remember it clearly. Maybe it's been so long your memory's gotten a little fuzzy.
Oh, right. I did tell you. It wasn't a big deal.
But
I
did
just
you,
snuck
though?
in with a bunch of mumbling priests and watched them do their spooky rituals around some glowing rock. Honestly, I was only interested in the wallets of the old grandpas on the council back then. Don't remember much else. It's been what, nearly 1,000 years?
you in a priest's robe? Now that's hard to picture.
Who asked you to picture that? Besides, priest robes from 1,000 years ago were nothing like the ones today.
Right. I didn't think about that. I was just curious if you ever overheard anything interesting from those priests.
So yeah, I mean, this definitely isn't Barcelos.
How ridiculous. Come on, let's head to the next spot. Where did this roadblock come from? Ugh, this is so annoying.
I bet you put it
right in front of us.
Oh dear, we're stuck here. But I have a plan. Should we call on that big, noisy, cumbersome hand of Zagreus?
No.
Never thought that thing would actually come in handy. All right. Do you want to handle it?
Leave it to me, boss. I don't need a controller. After all, you know.
Are you just Zagreus? I mean, this isn't Barcelos, but like, is Barcelos just Zagreus? Like, it wouldn't make sense because Cypher is a demigod, but I guess if Cypher isn't even actually real. Oh, what if Barcelos is Cypher?
Looks like a charm.
Like Cypher is the Cypher we're seeing is
However, I still don't see how this ties into trickery.
like a trickery creation.
Hey, slow down. That question you asked me earlier. I think I just remembered something.
What did I ask?
You know, that question. The one you specifically asked me. Right after we dug up the second chest.
Forgive me, boss lady, but have you been under a lot of stress lately?
You literally asked me a question. Stop gaslighting me.
You must have imagined it.
Oh. Is that so? Maybe you're right. I have been a little on edge lately. I need to relax. All right, let's move on to the next treasure trove.
Treasure, let's go!
Twinkle, twinkle in my chest, how this core flame is the best.
Wow, when it comes to singing, I still sound better than you, boss.
Go beyond all time and space on the journey of flame chase.
Why is it set to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star?
This scent feels like something incredible is buried here.
Incredible indeed! If even Boss Lady says so, how could I not be excited?
Do I need to give instructions here? Get digging.
Barcelos activated the excavation mode, uncovering something hidden beneath. Yes. It's a puzzle.
Isn't this a golden scapegoat? Interesting.
Oh, isn't there a myth about this thing? Those who feared fire became sheep. Those who did not became human.
Sheep, humans, whatever. All I know is unlocking this gets us treasure. Here. This honor's all yours.
Puzzles and tricks are right up my alley. Just leave it to little old me.
Well, me. Alright, it's mandatory, so it has to be an easy one. Oh, yeah. There's like literally no way to fuck this up.
Told you, nothing can stump me. Cypher,
Stop. Stay there. And don't turn around.
She said don't turn around.
I told you. Don't move.
Beeble!
Shh, quiet. Don't say anything unnecessary. That seamstress. She's
I guess that's a bug? I mean, I guess the nymph, these nymphs did seem to be related to the garment maker.
Whoa, whoa. Seamstress. Getting sneaky, aren't we? Did you think I wouldn't notice your little spies lurking around me?
As time passes, I find myself leaning more and more on blind luck. With only the power of this little nymph, naturally I couldn't slip past your sharp eyes, Cyphera.
Even if you could fully control Bartolos's
Oh,
mind,
okay, I see.
I would still be able to see through yours.
So it is Bartholos, but like
Aglaya.
he was being controlled at
You've
certain
gone to
points
such
by
lengths
Aggie.
to spy on my every move. What exactly are you after? I've told you before, you don't need me to succeed. Why don't you just let this go? I already made an exception and got involved with Castorus and Grey Mystery. Asking for more now. Isn't that pushing your luck a bit too far?
I'm sorry, Cyphera. I've plotted and schemed my whole life. But I never could have predicted our relationship would end up like this. I've spent centuries trying to figure out where I went wrong, replaying every moment over and over. But you've never given me a chance to explain myself, face to face.
Don't talk to me like that. You know I can't take it.
1,000 years ago, out of foolishness, I let my silence steal away the most beautiful sound I'd ever known.
My silence.
So this time, I must say this to you, even if it's all in vain. I need you, Cyphera. The Chrysos Heir's mission needs you. The finale I've delayed for far too long. It's finally here. Whatever resentment you still hold against me will fade once I'm gone. Please, come back to Akama. I'm begging you. Without you,
she knows she's done.
They don't stand a chance.
I'll think about it, seamstress. But stop watching me. Unless you want to lose me for good.
So I'm really interested in like Hycelin's plot
Don't
now.
worry. As much as I'd
Because
love
with
to hear
the
your voice again, to see your face.
With that note in this,
Seems that
and the mention last time,
will never come.
like she's clearly important, but she's already dead. And I don't know if like we'll get a flashback of her, or if she'll come back in the next loop. And that's when we'll actually see her.
Yeah, what a shame.
So I think Aglaya just died.
Turns out, everything in that chest was soaked in water from the River of Souls. Nothing valuable left. Those relics were once priceless. But time has eroded away all that they once were.
Aww, hearing that from you makes it sound so sad. Wait, why am I getting all
see her, let her know this. As...
Could it have been back then?
Do you remember now? Looks like you don't need me to jog your memory. Don't underestimate that bug. It's every bit as dangerous as the seamstress's golden thread. Let your guard down for even a second, and it might take over. Make you spill secrets you'd never share otherwise.
Whoa, that's like some brainwashing monster straight out of the Black Tide! Creepy. Boss, how did you realize something was wrong? I'm curious, what exactly did that nymph make me say?
Actually, it gave itself away very early on.
Speaking of the world-bearing titan, Cypher, didn't you tell me once you used to be an apprentice?
We've been partners in crime for 1,000 years. We've talked about everything there is to talk about. Except for that one experience at Dawncloud. I never told you about that. I absolutely wouldn't have shared that with anyone.
But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaya wasn't trying to trick you?
And as far as I know, the embodiment of trickery despises that golden thread which forces people to speak the truth. You'd never defend Aglaya. Isn't that right?
Yeah, okay, he is Zagreus.
You have a terrifyingly sharp mind.
After all,
Or at least what's
I'm
left
the only
of
one
him.
in the world who knows you're still alive. To make sure you survive the Titan trial, I had to fool the entire world. If you want to keep that lie from falling apart, you'd better keep playing your part.
I kind of thought that before, but...
Even if it weren't for saving my worthless little life, I'd still walk through fire for Cypher without hesitation.
You're still a bitch.
You may have been reduced to this form, but you still haven't lost your way with words.
Speaking of which, Cypher, you're not taking that wicked woman's words to heart, are you? Life's been pretty great lately. Why get into trouble now? Don't you think?
Cypher is the core flame. So Zagreus has lost their divinity,
Maybe
but
a
they're
trip
just
back now
not
wouldn't
dead.
be too bad.
You're
He
back
must have
again,
been
Cy-
one that gave it willingly.
Cyphera, your face.
I need clothes. Anything. Just throw me something. A piece of cloth will do. Just enough to cover the wounds. I will pay back the amount I owe. I promise.
You're bleeding golden blood.
Yes. What about it? So what if I'm one of those Chrysosairs they talk about? Those infinitely strong heroes. World-renowned swordsmen. Exceptionally intelligent scholars.
Cyphera.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint. Who knew that group of amazing people would include me? A pauper. Thief. Con artist. Maybe I should just make another cut to drain all this yellow stuff out of me and...
Stop it, Cyphera. I'll give you clothes. Warm you up and stay here. Stay in my workshop until you're healed.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got these wounds? Right. What's the use? I'm so good at lying. Even your golden thread can be fooled. If you can't verify the truth, why bother asking at all?
I don't need to ask. Nor do I need to use the golden thread. I know everything you do is for survival, at all costs. Stay here. You won't have to deal with the cold or go hungry again. Stay by my side, and you can start putting yourself back together.
Aren't you worried I'll ruin this place's reputation? Or that I might sneak off with your precious clothes and sell them?
I wouldn't have invited you if I were worried about those things.
You're weird, seamstress. You know, they say a child who often lies remains a liar for life. I've tried not to become a liar. But honestly, it's just too hard. I'm close to giving up. What makes you think I won't disappoint you?
Because I can feel it. Not with the power of a demigod, but with the heart that beats in my chest. You love this place. That's why you keep coming by, but also why you hesitate to stay longer. You worry you'll tarnish the Gold Weaver name. After taking over Nestia's divine authority, I became used to letting the golden thread distinguish sincerity from falsehood. However, the mission I need to complete requires me to learn to trust and rely on my heart. Cyphera, you're an honest thing I've given to this world. And also a challenge the world has given to me. Stay here with me. You have a beautiful face that deserves better than to be covered in scars and grime.
You've got a way of talking that's hard to follow. All right, let's make it a deal. You have 1 day to change your mind. Once the action hour passes, there's no turning back.
Back to me! Wow, I sure did one battle with her. These folks in black are not responding to provocations, nor do they seem intent on fighting. What exactly are they waiting for?
Pressure. Fear. Planting seeds of anxiety. It seems this is the strategy they've chosen.
The organization sees as their mission to eradicate the Chrysosaurs. I've read some chilling accounts, stories of the cleaners using alchemical arts to implant fragments of memories into their successors, ensuring both identity and hatred live on.
From what I know, these stories are true. The kindness we know today, strictly speaking, is the 27th kindness. Objectively, the rise of the cleaners was both inevitable and necessary. Yet, their ruthless and twisted methods earned them nothing but disdain and condemnation from history.
And still they endure. An organization persisting through time, now working tirelessly to obstruct the flame chase. Are they truly so terrified of the Aeronova the Chrysosaurs strive for?
Even in these crumbling end times, there are always those who find ways to profit from the chaos. To ask the vested interests to abandon their status, wealth, and ambitions in this world for a distant ideal may be no easier than creating a miracle.
I wonder where Saus is now. If they're targeting me, he definitely won't escape their notice either. I hope all is well. Is that Lord Kratos?
There you are, Lord Donghung. We couldn't reach you on the teleslate, so the Holy City Guard almost assumed you two had met some terrible fate. You pests crawling in the shadows, back off. Your plot ends here. You played your hand. Run while you still can. It might be your only chance to survive. Stay away from Akama forever. If you set foot there again, the fury of its people will tear you apart.
Yeah, Aggie's super dead.
Because Aglaya is dead, and in the eyes of the Holy City citizens, her blood is on your hands.
Yeah, she martyred herself here to further the flame chase. They killed me wife! It's okay. She'll be back.
Looks like she was wrong about you.
One, like, we're not seeing it, so it's not hitting me as hard as, like, Trian did. But I'm convinced they'll all be back now. More than I ever was before, because I said that before. But yeah, I'm not like worried, or and it's not hitting me the same way as when Trian died, where I was like, oh, this might just be her forever. Like probably not next patch. Next patch I think will be the end of the Samsara, or the end of this loop into the next one, whatever that ends up being, and then I think they'll be back for the patch after that. Maybe the end of next patch.
Are you talking about the mastermind behind all of this?
Well, she thought you were weak. She believed that even when you were facing the evil that you claimed to oppose, you'd hesitate to strike.
Misinterpreting mercy for weakness shows how arrogant and foolish your master is. They're still alive. With proper care, they'll pull through in a few days. But I must warn you, I haven't fought a human in ages. I can't guarantee I'll always be able to hold back. They're lucky they're still alive. If you feel as lucky as they are, try me.
Bro, you sound so cool.
Finon is seriously upset.
Get out of here. Don't show your face around us again. If your master wants to stop the Flame Chase journey, she'd better bring an army that makes Kremnos at its peak look like child's play.
I've said it more than once, Lord Finon. We're not here to start a fight.
Here to end one.
We came only to ensure you weren't anywhere else. While you were unaware, we already accomplished our mission to buy time. So, Lord Finon, until next time.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Anyone who uses innocent lives as bargaining chips has gone too far.
But they were after the Crescent. Do they think they have a chance?
Probably a desperate gamble. I guess the opposition within the Council of Elders is still desperately fighting to obstruct the Flame Chase journey. If the conspiracy is exposed, they'll be hunted down in the Holy City like rats with nowhere to run, no matter where they hide. My teleslate.
Global announcement. Due to force majeure, the World Wound Web operation will be temporarily suspended. Please stay calm and remain in your homes. Huh. Local garden thread enables for emergency internal communication only. Lady Goldweaver deceased. Please return to the Holy City at once. I know it's hard to believe, but please come back soon. On my way.
Aglaya, is this?
They're being really blunt about it.
Blasted. Those guys.
What's those guys doing?
But how could they possibly? Stay calm. This could just be one of her schemes. I won't believe it until I see it for myself.
Finon, what should we do now?
Stay on course. I'll contact Treeby and ask her to keep the citizens calm. We'll hurry back to Akima as fast as possible and assess the situation in the city. If we run into any enemies along the way, I won't be merciful this time.
Cartonis? Oh, you're forging a sword for Finon, aren't you?
Yes.
I haven't seen you wield the hammer in so long. I couldn't help but be entranced by the sight.
You, Aglaya. In this form, you come to me. It means...
That's right. At this moment, my physical form is already shattered. My journey as a human in this world has come to an end. It's time to fulfill our pact.
Of course. The pact I haven't forgotten.
The thing I entrusted to you. Do you still have it?
So yeah, Aggie's been
Far too
preparing for
plain
this.
This vessel is not worthy of you.
Prisoner Spirit gonna be... Are we gonna get a marketable plushie, Aglaya?
I insist. Over the past 1,000 years, every piece of fabric I've worked with has been tainted by my cold divinity. It's made me hate their colors, texture, and scent. This ornament stands apart. It was a gift from a child. She was pure and kind. I often wished my childhood could have been like hers.
How to say goodbye to everyone? Have you already planned?
I'm afraid there's no such detailed plan at this time.
No.
I deeply regret not being able to say farewell to them, one by one. The moment has come. My departure will give them one less thing to worry about. This parting gift should help ease the regret of such a sudden goodbye.
Okay, so it's not...
Invented for
It's not her going into it.
Kremnos' soul-forging technology was. Though divinity it retains.
Is she using her soul to, like, give us one last, like, weapon?
Will be.
Or tool?
Is that what you want, Aglaya?
You've confirmed this with me repeatedly. Yes, Cartonis. I need you to do this for me. Condense my divinity into this ornament. It might still be useful in the future to help them complete their mission.
Selfless until the end. Envy that child, there's no need to. Already lived a grand life your humanity has.
Your praise puts my heart at ease, Grand Craftsman. Now, please, take me through the last tempering that fate has to offer.
Maggie.
The city is silent, and tension is building with every passing second. The news is probably spread by now. Every household is locked up tight, and all the market stalls have closed down temporarily.
She really was taken by the she really was taken by the Clippers. Something about this feels like a scheme.
I hope so. I just can't believe she'd be taken.
No, I totally believe she's
assassins.
dead. That she's let them kill her.
If this is all
to further the
larger
plan.
Treby must know something. She just couldn't say it in the message. Let's go find her.
It's kind of funny that I'm on the Nagi team.
Dunham came back before us. Well, maybe he's heard something.
You're back. How's everything? No injuries, I hope.
Don't worry. The cleaners didn't lay a hand on us. Lord Krateros, were you in the city when it happened? What exactly went down?
Regrettably, no one knows the details of that moment. Eyewitnesses only saw...
It's fine. Just tell me.
Eyewitnesses at the Memorial Palace saw Aglaya fall from the Chrysos airbath.
Oh, God.
She showed no signs of life by the time the Holy City Guards approached to check. They were too afraid to jump to conclusions. After all, she was a demigod who lived for over 1,000 years, the leader of the Chrysos heirs. Most citizens of the city believed that death couldn't touch her. She was pierced through the heart by a uniquely crafted dagger. I saw it for myself. It's one of the weapons carried
So yeah,
by
she
the
was
cleaners.
stabbed and then pushed off. Why didn't they go after us?
I also don't understand. This doesn't add up. The ones who appeared in the Grove and those who confronted Don Hung in the Abyss didn't immediately resort to violence. They were just watching and trying to intimidate.
Yeah, so that you didn't get in the way of this.
They didn't have any reason nor the courage to attack Aglaya. Perhaps...
Speculating blindly won't help. Let's go find Lady Treby. She understands Aglaya's mind best.
I'll stay here to lead the guards and maintain order. Find out what happened, but don't take too long. With Aglaya gone, someone has to take her place and lead Akama. Also, Miss Hyacinth was the one who declared Aglaya dead. You might want to speak with her.
Thank you, Lord Crateros. The baths are empty.
Well, yeah, it was a murder. Weird that I hear, like, chattering then. Well, this is no longer a comforting place.
Hyacinth.
You're back.
We heard from Kratos. Are you alright?
I'm fine. I've been staying close to Lady Treby and Lady Trinan after the incident. It's great that you could come back so quickly. They need someone with them now.
How are the two you witnessed Aglaya's?
Yes, we witnessed her final moments. I tried to treat her immediately, but even the sky's blessings. Declaring her death was the hardest thing I've ever had to do as a doctor. Lord Finan, don't push yourself. You're carrying a heavier burden now. Please, don't fall.
It's fine. I can handle it. What I've lost is a mentor and a comrade in arms. But for Treby and Trinan, they've lost a 1,000-year-old bond. Like they're losing a part of their lives. You should rest, Hyacinth. You've been awake for a long time, haven't you? We'll handle things from here.
Okay. See you later, everyone.
Next, we should visit Lady Treby.
Hold on, I do something for Discord thing real quick. There's an API scraping thing. I gotta get rid of. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Discord has a generative AI that's in every server. but doesn't show up. Alright, I gotta send this to some people. I'll send it to more people later. Alright. Cool. I love everything that I do in life being at the behest and usage of our corporate overlords. What a wonderful time we live in.
Snowy. Little Gray. You're back.
No, Chibi, you're not allowed to cry, because if you cry, I'm gonna cry.
Snowy, don't. Please don't apologize to us. You went to the Grove to prepare yourself for the threats to Akama. You didn't do anything wrong, so don't be hard on yourself. We were always by Aggie's side throughout this long journey, so we understood her thoughts better than anyone. She knew she wouldn't see the end of the Flame Chase journey, yet she gave everything without hesitation. For the future of everyone.
I know what Aglaya expected of me. Right now, the last thing Akama needs is a leader wallowing in self-pity.
The scroll over there was entrusted to us by Aggie. She instructed us to hand it over to you when the time was right. I think now's the right time.
When threads frayed at the fringe of an era and posterity look up the sentiments formerly hanging on its web, the tragic news heard during her travels, head to the book to write it down. So that's them telling me there's a...
Nice.
Well, I can't access the book right now. View the memory remnants. That's this. Aggie, so you really don't have to take the medicine anymore. No need, teacher. Medicine can only steady my flesh, but cannot stop the decay of my soul. I've already borrowed too much from this world, but now the time is up. Now is the best time for my exit. Please don't cry on my account, teacher. I have a final selfish request. Can you lend me an ear? Aggie, go ahead. We will definitely fulfill it for you. I wish for my death to be quiet and gentle. I hope that my body will not be exposed to the eyes of the public. Teacher, I have faced too many challenges in my lifetime, but in the pursuit of one thing alone, I've remained unchanged for 1,000 years. It's beauty, isn't it? That's right, teacher. Beauty. Aggie, do you think Snowy is ready? 1,000 years ago, when I took up the core flame of Nestia, do you think I was ready then, teacher? Born into this era, we have no choice but to grow amidst the raging waves, not set sail after everything was prepared. Fine, then. He will understand. He'll grasp the duty I've left to him. He's mature enough now, no longer blinded by anger or hatred.
Finan, my humble student, my trusted colleague. As I write this, you are locked in a battle of words with the Council of Elders, fighting for the survival of the flame-chased journey on a battlefield where the smoke of war is invisible. I deeply regret and feel guilty for hastily pushing you and the Trailblazer into the debate. But please forgive me. At that moment, I could not afford to show any sign of weakness before you, as it would have crushed your morale. I considered the debate a routine affair, assuming I could win merely with the support and experience we'd accumulated over centuries. But I underestimated Kindness and her party's cunning, and also the deterioration of my own senses. The trap was
so she
likely
was
set
like
by the debater
literally, she has
Honkai.
lived too long.
He had prepared
She is
a
eroding
severed
away.
golden thread in advance, revealing it to the public when Kindness was faltering in the debate. He claimed I was reading everyone's thoughts with the golden thread to cheat in the debate. I could have countered that low tactic in 100 ways, but my words slipped out before I could even think about them. With deceitful scoundrels like you in the crowd, I have no choice but to rely on the golden thread to keep watch over everything in this holy city. You can imagine the reaction that comment provoked. At that moment, I felt my time was running short. The divinity in this body might be eternal, but that is not the essence of me. I am a daughter of humanity, born of my mother, and I will die as a human. Realizing that my humanity was fading, I began to plan my exit. What kind of departure would not waste such a belated death? I have yet to find the ideal answer. But I knew I couldn't simply fade away in my sleep like anyone else. The serpents have always lurked in the darkness, terrified of their heads being cut off by the golden thread. If my departure were to be calm and uneventful, it would only lead to a swarm of those serpents emerging from their nests. Regrettably, a peaceful death is a luxury I cannot afford. I must feign weakness deliberately to make those serpents lose patience and act rashly. Just as they think they've struck and sunk their fangs into my heels, that's when I'll strike back, igniting the final blaze to burn away the threats hidden in the shadows. The blaze soaring into the sky might sow fear and confusion, but I have no worries about people losing their way. After all, Akima still has you to guide them, Finan. You're not perfect, Finan. I've witnessed your confusion, recklessness, and deep sensitivity, dawn after dawn. The heavy burdens of your past have always weighed you down, inflicting deep pain. Yet, in your way, you are perfect. You embrace everyone's imperfections, always ready to find the precious qualities hidden beneath their rough exteriors. Unconditionally. That might be what sets our Sky Father Kefili apart from other deities. They recognize the imperfections in their creations, yet still choose to shine their light on them, offering protection with unconditional love. Finan, while you zealously pursued strife, believing it to be your destined path, from the very beginning, my thoughts have never changed. You are the destined world-bearer of Amphorius, the gate to Amphorius's future. Go, complete the flame-chased journey of the prophecy, ignite the stars, and inspire hope in the hearts of humanity. I will be waiting at the end of the West Wind, looking forward to the miracle you will create.
Riding the West Wind. Away we go.
Aglaya, how could I possibly be worthy of the burning torch you've passed into my hands? Dalang, can you do me a favor?
Whatever we can help with, just say the word.
Please deliver a message to Lord Krateros. Have him gather the Holy City guards and the Kremnoans to spread the word from door to door. At the lucid hour tomorrow, Finan will speak at the Marmorial Palace. Urge everyone who has concerns about the Holy City's future and the Flame Chase journey to attend this gathering. Tell them Aglaya has left Amphorius the seeds of hope.
Understood.
Thank you. It's been a harrowing day for everyone. Please make sure to rest well and collect your thoughts. I need to prepare.
Finan. Cartonus has arrived.
Cartonus? What brings you to Marmorial Palace? I plan to get everything settled before coming to see you. Is there something urgent, Cartonus?
How are you holding up? I wanted to see.
I wonder if her soul was put into the sword that he was
expected
making.
You seem.
There's no room for doubt anymore. It's time to take action and show everyone that the leadership of the Chrysos heirs is still strong.
Right. Your assessment is... Now, here. Take this.
It's the sword!
Is this it? You've completed it.
Dawnmaker. The name I've chosen for it. Before dawn, prepare for battle. For tomorrow, wield your sword. Befits your stature, it does. Chrysos heir.
Dawnmaker. Unbelievable. You've never seen that black-clad swordmaster. Yet you've recreated this so precisely, just from what I described.
Precise your description. Imbued it with the power of dawn I already have. Guided by your
Aggie's soul is in the blade.
gleam with golden flames, its blade will wield it. May triumph always be yours.
Thank you, Cartonus. I will use this sword to protect the beings of Amphorius.
Another thing there is.
Oh, no, right. It was this that she was putting her soul in.
Stored here, the remnants of Aglaya's divinity are. This was her commission. Her death she had long foreseen.
Can she still hear us?
It's difficult to confirm. About divinity, we know very little. In this way, she wanted to be with you. Always.
I understand. Let me keep it. With this, I'll have another constant companion by my side. May this world never have need for a deliverer. Someone told me long ago. But when the world dashed her hopes and fell into disarray, if she could see me now, leading from the front, she would surely smile.
How will the Holy City continue without Lady Goldweaver? Look! Lord Finan is here.
Will he step up to lead Akama?
Not long ago, I spoke at the Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud. I wrestled with every word, searching for the right ones to rally support and keep the Chrysos heir's flame chase alive. In the end, I remembered a lesson from one of my teachers. In battles where words are weapons, outrage and blind passion often overpower reason. I followed his strategy. I painted my opponents as nothing more than pests, tore apart their character, and laid out their crimes. The strategy worked. I secured enough votes to achieve my goal, but afterward, there wasn't even a flicker of joy. I realized that apparent victory masked a deeper failure. In my pursuit of success, I fueled division and strayed far from my very purpose that led me to the Flame Chase journey. This journey was supposed to unify, not divide, to strengthen us, not weaken us. It was the gold thread that mended our rifts in the past. Some saw it as a means of surveillance, a tool of control. But no one can deny that it was Aglaya who held this city and even this shattered world together. Now she is gone. Yes, as you have heard, the demigod Aglaya, who guarded the holy city for a millennium, has indeed fallen.
Who murdered Lady Goldweaver?
Find the murderer! Make them pay!
I felt the same as all of you initially. I wanted to stand here beside you, to condemn the sinners, to discuss retribution, and to see justice brought down upon them. But my perspective has changed. The golden threads that once bound this city have unraveled. Yet no one is celebrating their freedom from control. In the empty markets and bath chambers, one feeling lingers. Unease. Deep down, we all know the last safeguard against the harm we may do to each other is gone. No divine power will protect us from the malice in our hearts. From now on, only the moral code we choose to uphold for ourselves will stand between us and the abyss.
Finan has a way with words.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he really is good at making speeches. There's something special about a man of letters. There were me up there, I can do too.
Indeed.
The Flame Chase journey is nearing its end. With only one Titan left for the Chrysos heirs to conquer. Aquila! Before I rise to the skies, I challenge you. Cast out the shadows and malice within your hearts. Let your spirit shine brighter than the sky itself.
let me bear witness. Even without the divine authority of romance, Akama will remain a sanctuary in these end times. A place for the kind people Aglaya dreamed of. The kind of people foretold in prophecy. A better people!
Better people! Better people! Better people!
This is a horrible chant.
Better people! Better people! Better people!
I appreciate your willingness to accept the challenge. You have reminded me that Aglaya left me perhaps the simplest duty in the world. To bear the burden of creation, I need only to give one thing. It's a gift she once gave me without hesitation, and now I share it with each of you. Unshakable faith. There's still a long way to go before Amphorius is reborn. But we will not forget the past as we move forward. For the memories of Amphorius will always benefit future generations. Allow me this moment. I want to borrow a few minutes of your time to commemorate a demigod who protected the holy city.
This is it's almost making me cry. Like, how much he cares about Aglaya and how much it's affecting him.
Chrysos heirs.
Because he doesn't have
Aglaya,
the ability to look at the narrative. I do, and I know she'll come back. He doesn't.
Was being a selfless person.
That singing sounds so familiar. That's our song, and Snowy used to love it.
Yeah.
Yes, Lady Trian.
Trian and...
For that child filled
Is that an Axa with her in the background?
Your songs always dispelled the clouds in my heart.
If that is an Axa,
even if for just
no Mighty here.
Snowy was so cute and kind when he was little.
That because he's alive again?
Now, you've grown so much. Maybe not as cute, but still just as kind.
Time spares no one, so there's nothing we can do. But kindness...
But I'm in control of time. I can spare
people. It in me.
Don't mention it. Your light is as bright as ever. Keep it up and stay strong. See you, Snowy.
Goodbye, Lady Trian.
I heard what you said.
Okay, it wasn't.
Are you suggesting the debate tactics
I
taught you are nothing but sleight of hand?
Not at all, Professor Anaxa. Honestly, without those techniques you taught me, the Flame Chase journey might not have survived.
Good thing your head's still clear. The Chrysos heir of Kefali. I had no idea you had it in you while I was drilling those formulas in your head in class.
Who could have thought, Professor? By the way, I've completely forgotten those formulas now.
Some things never change. In our next lives, I'll teach you how to truly embrace your divine duties.
Nobody next,
I'll be waiting. Goodbye, Professor Anaxa. Miss Castros? Aren't you going to say something?
I don't know if he's actually talking.
Lord Finan, you
This is the thing.
have always been so approachable. Ever
Or
since
this is
we
like
first
kind of in
met,
his head somehow.
you've seen me as a friend. It was the first time I understood what everyday friendship was like. But that's dangerous.
A little bit dangerous, my friend.
Dangerous.
Laughing and chatting with you, I sometimes forget who I am. And for someone with my kind of power, that's a real hazard.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Sorry, I forgot to consider your perspective.
Please, no apologies. Despite everything, thinking back on the times we spent together makes me really happy.
I feel the same.
Goodbye, Finan.
Goodbye, Gasteras. Aglaya.
Remember, Finan, after completing the flame chase, leave the decision to initiate the miracle of Genesis to the Amphorians. The Chrysos heirs are the executors of the prophecy, yet they, the people, are the true masters of this world.
Rest assured, I always keep your teachings in mind. The difference between a presumptuous hero and a tyrant is a fine line.
Well said. You've got a good memory.
It's late. Anything else you'd like to add?
Anything else? Even in your imagination, I'm not one to show my
Okay, so yeah, it's not... This isn't exactly actually them.
No worries. I've long understood how difficult it is for you to open up completely.
It's his, like...
Thank you.
Perception and projection of them.
You saved me.
Maybe what I wanted to save wasn't you, child, but this crumbling world. Goodbye, Finan.
Goodbye, Aglaya.
Goodbye, Aglaya.
Did you forget
yeah,
me?
okay.
Forget you. Like I'd ever. We aren't parting ways forever. You're just off to guard
Yeah,
the
he's
gates
not...
of Castrum Kremnos.
He's fully, like, regular
Let's
color.
not make this a tearful farewell.
He's not a glowing spirit.
You know just how to make a person uncomfortable. I have a feeling we'll meet again in this lifetime. Let's have another showdown then. Deliver.
That's very confident of you. I've changed since then. Have you seen this sword? It's a masterpiece freshly forged by Cartonis.
A bold statement for a mere mortal who hasn't yet claimed the power of a titan. See you around, Finan of Ides Elysiae.
It's a date, Mightymoose.
What a poignant, yet splendid journey. And it's still not over yet, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Cyrene.
I was gonna say, this is Mem's
I was
voice.
right. In the end, you did become the deliverer in this story.
A lot has changed while you were away. I've met so many people, I've tried so many things. I've found new resolve. And I've let go of some attachments. I'm not the same person I used to be.
But to me, you've never changed at all, Finan.
Dawn Cloud. This place holds so many different kinds of memories.
I remember you could see the Gold Weaver sign from here. All the way down the mountain. But my eyes aren't what they used to be 1,000 years ago.
Cypher, you... Seamstress. Tell me, does Akuma have any treasure so rare that not even your... I mean, our shop has seen?
Of course it has. I heard there's a gem of
So
all worlds hidden somewhere
Aglaya
in the Dawn
definitely
Cloud.
saw Cypher as like her
Apparently, it's a piece that fell out of the Dawn device. It's truly a priceless treasure, being a part of Kefali's divine body. Even I, the Gold Weaver, cannot witness its glamour.
Gem of all worlds. Nice! Got it! Well, please keep looking after the shop while I...
Let me guess, Cypherer. You're probably already plotting to sneak into Dawn Cloud to steal that gem, aren't you? And your next move is probably trying to sell it to the highest bidder, then distribute that money to the poor and the refugees in the Holy City?
Look, seamstress. Are you sure you aren't peeking into my head with your golden threads?
You might be skilled at covering up lies, but your compassion is all over your face, plain as day. Don't lie to yourself. Do you honestly think this is the right thing to do, Cyphera?
What else am I supposed to do? That's the only thing I can do with my power.
You can do more than that.
You keep talking about how I have the potential to become a good person. Or even what people call a hero. But I don't know what I need to do to get there! I can't weave golden dresses like you! I can't sing as well as Miss Hyceelins! And I definitely don't know as much as Big Sis Treeby! The only things I'm good at are the underhanded street smarts that no one even respects. But I still want to be worthy of you. I want to prove that you've made the right choice. Even thieves can dream.
I know, Cyphera. I know. You are justified in your anger. Destiny is never fair. And your path is doomed to be even worse than everyone else's. You are fated to walk in the dark and bear the world's misunderstanding in this journey. But you have to believe that everyone in this world is unique in their own way.
I really want to know what what caused their falling out.
I am convinced that you're the only
But
one
obviously
who
that's
can
to do
bear
with
the authority of
Hyceelins,
trickery.
but...
Even if you have to contend with the legendary 300 master thieves of Dolos.
Aglaya, I just want everyone to believe that the world is beautiful. And that everyone is simple. And kind. If only I could get everyone to believe that. Would that lie become reality? If enough people believed in it?
Lies will always be lies, Cyphera. But sometimes they can be more noble than the truth.
We all held each other with a bit more
Are you really
empathy.
planning to just stand there forever? Honestly, sneaking around does suit you, Deliverer.
I never thought I could slip past your sharp ears, Miss Cypher. I just didn't think it'd be right to interrupt when you're obviously lost in thoughts.
Still as charming with your words as ever, boy. Your speech at the public baths wasn't half bad. I'll admit. It managed to touch my heart. Just a smidge.
Thank you. I had a feeling back then that you were in the audience. Intuition certainly is a thing of wonder.
Oh, and you didn't call me out on the spot. You waited all this time to tell me.
Well, I thought you'd need some time to yourself after she passed away.
None of your business. Enough small talk. Tell me, what kind of trouble did you run into that you need me, the super old-timer, to step in?
We've only met a couple of times, but you've always gone straight to business. I respect that about you, old-timer, so I'll cut to the chase. You're probably aware that Aglaya has earned the support of the entire city for the Chrysos heirs. Everyone believes that she died at the hands of council members who were against the flame chase, and the citizens' fury has been dragging these schemers out of the shadows one by one. But they didn't get everybody. To this day, we still haven't found Elder Kindness, the leader of the cleaners.
So are we sending Cypher to find her?
I see. You're afraid she'll do something wild now that she's pushed into a corner, aren't you?
Yes. I believe that Kefali's core flame, forever enshrined above the council theater, would be the opposition's final trump card against the Chrysos heirs.
Go steal the core flame!
We're setting out to campaign against Aquila in a few days. With the Chrysos heirs gone, it'll be their best chance to strike.
You think those desperate dogs will try to snatch the core flame while you're gone? So, you want me to give them a nice long walk while you're away, right?
You sure saw right through me, Miss Cypher. I know exactly what you can do. Godlike speed, perfect disguises, untraceable movement, and that most enigmatic authority of trickery. I have only one request. Please, use whatever tricks you need to protect Kefali's core flame. Even if you have to deceive the rest of the Chrysos heirs as well.
Uh-huh. Hey, Deliverer. Do you honestly think that there's no way I'll turn you down?
Yes.
Do you even have any plan Bs if I decide to nope out on this?
No.
As the demigod of trickery, there are no other trump cards in the world that can outrank you. I'm sure you know the answer to your own question, Miss Cypher.
What confidence. You talk as if you have everything in the palm of your hand. Huh. So you did learn a thing or two from her. I'll give you that. Then let me tell you something you don't know. The Flame Reaver. They've been watching Akama closely.
That's not surprising to me.
You mean...
Bet you didn't expect that, huh? I've been tracking them all this time. And this is my conclusion. That lunatic may have lost their mind, but they're no fool. Why do you think they haven't made a move on Akama yet?
Professor Anaxa once analyzed this. He thought it was probably because Kefali's core flame was protected by the Council of Elders' secret arts.
Ha! Sacred art's my foot! I could break those mechanisms with the flick of my finger. Allow me to let you in on the actual secret. They probably held off from attacking Akama because the Seamstress's defense network was way tougher than you thought.
I wonder if she'd been using so much of her power on that it'd weaken her in other areas.
She's gone. And you're heading out to the Eye of Twilight. With the city's defenses in shambles.
What a dangerous situation we find ourselves in. But since you're the one who brought it up, I'm guessing you already have a solution in mind.
Yeah, we're gonna make him think he's attacking the city.
Look how
when he's not.
ridiculously calm you are right
using
now.
the illusion-y stuff that we've been seeing.
But you guessed it right. Consider this a 2-for-1 deal. I'll keep that lunatic entertained on top of protecting Kefali's core flame. You owe a big favor after this.
You have my deepest gratitude. That Flame Reaver's power is truly unfathomable. Please be careful.
Don't forget, Deliverer. There's a fundamental truth in this world. Cyphera will always get the last laugh. No need to worry about a demigod. I'll do my job. So you need to make sure you don't die before you pay me.
Meanwhile, in the Grove of Epiphany.
I'm back. I've been trying to stay away from here since the Black Tide destroyed the grove. And through that, stay away from the memories that might make me sad. But the wind keeps pulling me back. Maybe that's the Twilight Courtyard's duty, after all. I know, little Ika. I know. I too miss the days when we all studied together. But
I think it's really funny how many people have seen that it hold her for Ika, not even for
has already
her.
set the date to campaign against Aquila. Being a descendant of the Sky People, You're right. At least I can still afford to get lost in thought once in a while. Oh, ancestors. Please wait for just a bit longer. The time I spent in the grove deserves some reminiscence.
Listen. I do know how she works. But I don't know that I really have any good party members for her. I have Blade, but I don't... Fuck it, why not?
Lady Aglaya, light will definitely shine upon Amphorius again.
I guess actually I should put Blade here. And then Tree Baby. Where are you?
If we get into a tight spot, we'll need Cindy's help.
I don't know what else she is. We'll just use this. Although actually, I think she is good with Herta. Blade geared. Like, decently. Maybe Herta.
Play like how you
Maybe I'll use
usually
Blade
do
next
in
time.
the simulated universe.
You're better off believing in me than believing in prophecies.
This was where Professor Anaxa gave us the lesson. I can still see that day in my mind.
And that was your last lesson in the Grove. Now, each of you will head off on your own path. How much the Grove's teachings can help you in the real world depends on how well you can put knowledge into practice. However, heed this warning. If you ever do anything disgraceful out there, don't ever claim you were the student of Anaxagoras, one of the 7 sages.
Professor Anaxa, there are still other classes scheduled on the calendar. Are you sure you didn't?
Firstly, call me Professor Anaxagoras. Secondly, to clarify, the last lesson means the last lesson I will teach you. I will be entering seclusion from today onwards to research ancient alchemy.
Okay,
and all my
goodbye.
teaching activities will be put on hold.
Ah, I see. So you're saying that the lessons taught by all the other teachers aren't good enough to be considered lessons?
All you do every day is wag that sharp tongue of yours. That's a credit deduction. Fine enough, IDs, Elysia.
3 points from Gryffindor.
I have nothing left to say. Next.
Please wait, Professor. According to the Grove's protocols for a cohort's final class, the lecturer should take some time in that lesson to discuss the students' post-graduation aspirations with them and guide them toward a solid path. Surely you can't skip such a crucial step, Professor.
The teaching assistant, Miss Hyacinth, is truly Professor Anaxa's nemesis.
Fine. Since Hyacinthia insists on this, let's go through the process. Since some of you are so eager to speak, why don't we start with you, Finan of Ides Elysiae? What is your post-graduation aspiration?
Me? Well, it's not exactly an aspiration, but the only thing I want to do is to protect the people I care about.
0 points!
I see. So you want to be a hero? How boring. Next.
I'm telling you, he and Ratio, if they put in the same room, either would fuck within 10 minutes or would be ripping each other apart.
Castorus, you've been giggling for quite some time. How about you go next?
Perhaps my answer is a bit vague and meaningless, Professor Anaxagoras, but I hope the world can be freed from the agony of death, so that every living being may find calming peace.
How naive. So naive that it makes me want to weep for your fairy tale.
An asshole.
See, this is why I don't want to follow those outdated protocols. All I get are boring answers. Since you suggested this whole process, why don't you...
What about all the shruggers in the background?
Share your aspiration with everyone, and let's see if yours stands out.
So it's finally my turn. Good thing I came prepared. My aspiration is nothing less than completing the final blank page at the end of the hero's epic.
Blank page? An interesting description. Do explain, Assistant.
I've read all of Amphorius's heroic epics while studying at the Grove, and a common thread came to my attention. Almost every epic ends with a description of the hero's achievements. But few mention how the everyday people of that time lived. No one recorded the struggles and suffering the commoners endured.
So you're saying that, instead of legendary heroes, you're more focused on commoners living on the peripheries of historical records.
Perhaps I'm influenced by my background. My ancestor, Seliosi the Day Thunder Knight, raised her spear against the sky and ushered in the flame-chasing era that continues to this day. Her story is told to every child
Be the one that blew up?
We have no doubts about Celiosi's greatness, yet her towering figure overshadowed every record from that entire era. What about the Day Thunder Knight's family, allies, and friends? What about the survivors and those who died in the great battles? Whenever I think about their stories by the campfire, I realize the details of those legends have been long lost. And only Celiosi's name remains. Her brilliance had become as blinding as Aquila's, lording over everything on the ground. That's why I'm glad that my era does not lack heroes. All my ancestors had was a sad past. But I have a future I want to protect. Instead of becoming a hero and ushering in a golden deluge to baptize the world anew, I want to stay in the backline and save all the ordinary humans from drowning in the rising waves. I wish not to return to the sky, but to walk among the masses on Earth. I believe it's the only way for the saga of creation to include a footnote for the everyday people in its blank page. I'm getting embarrassed from remembering how I said all that. But my beliefs
no, it was a good
never
speech.
changed. Now I really have a chance to stay behind the hero's front line and realize my dream. Danny, what are you doing here?
I didn't expect to see you again in the Grove. Fauna mentioned you were gearing up for the campaign against Akira. Are you here too?
You guessed it. To reach Aquala's realm in the sky, descendants of the Sky People must perform a bloodline ceremony, summon the spirits of our ancestors, and get their blessings. That's the only way for creatures on Earth to forge the Rainbow Bridge to the sky. And the soul of the first ancestor I want to see is here in the Grove.
Rainbow Bridge is essential to retrieve the core flame of Akira, but undertaking such a vital ceremony alone is far too risky.
Don't worry. I have little Ika with me. You will protect me, won't you? Good, Ika. Well, what brings you here, Danny?
Collecting as many missing researches about the Titans as I can. Anything about them Forest is a valuable addition to our databank when I get back to the Astral Express.
Right. If all goes as planned, you and Gray will be able to go home after this mission, won't you?
Yes, assuming we can actually break the curse about the worlds beyond the sky. I have a feeling it's not going to be smooth sailing.
Oh? Could it be that you too have some kind of hidden powers to make prophecies now?
That's not it, but I'm starting to question how real everything is after a conversation with a member of the Council of Elders.
Nope. I didn't understand that either, little Ika.
Don't worry about it. There's a lot that I still don't understand.
Since we've already met up, why don't you come with me, Danny?
I was thinking the same thing. The Grove is fraught with danger right now. An extra pair of hands translates to extra security.
That's the dependable express guard for you. So, shall we get going?
She's so cute. Look at her go.
The chroma coffer is vibrating. There must be memories of an ancestor nearby.
So they are Chozo ghosts. What's this?
Is the divine object of the Sky People, the chroma coffer. Our ancestors dictated that when a descendant of the Sky Folk is ready to challenge Aquila again, they must first awaken the spirits of their ancestors with the chroma coffer and receive their benediction. Only after this can the chosen Sky Folk reascend to the heavens.
And to prevent those who are not qualified from pointlessly losing their lives.
Very prudent, wouldn't you say? The soul of an ancestor slumbers here. Now, I will awaken them.
Right.
I am Hyacinthia from the Twilight Courtyard, a descendant of the sky who has inherited the duty of flame chase. The time has come to fulfill our clan's destiny. I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky and retrieve the core flame. Ancestor, please bestow upon me your generous blessing.
Listen carefully to Hyacinth talk to the ancestor.
Who has awakened me?
Your mum!
It's I, Hyacinthia, a descendant of the Sky People. I apologize for interrupting your slumber. You are Lord Crispus, aren't you?
Crispy?
I read your story in our family tree. You were a righteous judge who vindicated many who were wrongfully accused.
I never imagined someone in this era would still remember my name. So, our bloodline and duty have continued to this distant age.
Indeed, it has. I have awakened you in the hope of receiving your blessing. For the flame chase journey is nearing its perfect conclusion, and retrieving the core flame of Aquila is the final challenge the heroes will face.
Perfect conclusion. Hyacinthia, you look very young, and you do not have the bearings of a warrior who can contend with a titan.
Yeah, and?
How can you
She's gonna do her best.
convince me that this blessing will not turn into a curse, leading a child like you to your demise?
I want to let her die. Yes.
1,000 years ago, Selioci, who conquered the skies, left behind legends and a will, entrusting the mission to return the Sky Titan's core flame to her descendants, to people like you and me. Though I'm not a warrior, I will not turn away from the mission that has flowed through our blood for 1,000 years. And I am not fighting alone. I have the strongest and most tenacious companions in the world. Amphorius is in an era brimming with heroes. The burden of retrieving Aquila's core flame no longer rests solely on the shoulders of the chosen Skyfolk. I now wield the power of healing. I aim to mend the fissures in the sky and heal the wounds of the people. I desire to define the mission of the Skyfolk in my own terms, to conclude the vigil that has spanned millennia.
I sense resilience in your words. Not an outward resilience, but something deeper within. Receive my blessings, young Hyacinthia. May you gain wings to return to the sky via the bridge of rainbows.
Thank you for your trust, Lord Crispus.
Bye, Crispy.
We won't let you down.
Well done, Hyacinth.
Thank you. My ancestors were all pretty strong-willed people. It won't be easy convincing them. I've run through these upcoming conversations in my head more times than I can count.
Like your efforts paid off.
Now, the next ancestor on the list. Her spirit is set to rest in the vortex of Genesis. A pity that the ceremony has to be performed in strict order. Shall we head back to Akama together, Danny?
Vortex of Genesis, huh? I have a suggestion. Remember how you suggested I learn the secret arts of water from Fugosa's priests? I've been practicing it in my spare time, made some progress. Now, as long as I have the spirit water with me, I can use those techniques to carve a path directly to the Vortex of Genesis.
Oh, I remember. I didn't expect you to keep at it this long. That's so like you, Danny.
Compared to the currents of my home, the waters of Amphorius are rather untamed. Subduing the waters wasn't easy, but I've gotten the hang of it now.
That makes sense. Fugosa was always described as a fickle titan in the myths. Since you're offering, then let me put your skills to the test, Danny.
Spirit water gate formed with this technique isn't as stable as a ritual basin. It'll likely only let one person through. And as Fugosa's priest designed it, the entrance serves as the exit. You'll need to come back to the vortex once you've met your ancestor spirit. Little Ika and I will be waiting here.
Got it. I'm counting on you, Danny.
Under the raucous steps of their frenzied dance, the roar of celebration hides the world's heartbeat. Spirit water, reveal the way.
The vortex of Genesis. Unbelievable. Danny is full of surprises.
I don't know, I've seen him do weirder.
This does feel way more disorienting than the ritual basin. Wait, is Lady Treeby here too? And who's that next to her?
That's Cypher.
I think I know who that is.
Do you have to go already, Cypher?
The Hyacinth's never met Cypher.
It's been ages since you were last in Akama. You could have taken some time to rest, and we could have caught up.
That's alright, big sister Treeby. I've gotten used to life on the road. Staying in this bustling city actually feels off. Besides,
These days, though.
Your prize student gave me an incredibly tough mission to handle.
Cut Snowy some slack, Syphy. He's still so young, yet he's shouldering all the responsibilities Aggie left behind. Besides, Snowy's not the kind to ask for help lightly. Since he came to you, it means you're the best person for the job.
You really spoil him, big sis Treeby.
Guess I'm past the age for someone to look after me.
Syphy.
Just kidding. I get it. That deliverer boy does have a certain charisma about him. It reminds me of Aglaia in her prime. Anyway, I'm about to head out. Oh, big sis Treeby, before I go, got a little gift for you.
Well, didn't expect you to be so
I like
thoughtful.
that the seal
What's
is
in it?
Barthlos.
That's a part of the game too. If you want to see the full picture of what's inside, you'll have to wait until nightfall.
A gift with a mysterious twist? Seriously?
But it's always daytime.
Huh? Looks like we have company.
Lady Treeby, and this graceful lady must be Miss Cypher. I'm Hyacinthia from the Twilight Courtyard. Everyone calls me Hyacinth. Pleased to meet you.
Bright and cheery as a lamp. Well, hello there, pink child.
Pink
I'm
child.
Cypher from the long-fallen city-state of Dolos. As for the rest, it's all in the history books, so I don't need to repeat it here. So, you're from the Twilight Courtyard. Does that mean?
Yes, I'm a descendant of the Sky People, the Chrysos heir about to take over the authority of Sky.
Whoa! That's unexpected. I figured Celiosi's descendant would be, I don't know, taller, stronger.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Syphy.
Tall is great.
Zinni is a master of her craft.
Isn't tall is great? I meant short is
skilled
great.
and dependable
Tall girls
physician
are
in
also
all
nice,
of
but I like short
Emporius.
girls.
Don't worry, Lady Cypher. I may not be as strong and
My
warlike
brain
as Lady
is
Celiosi
not
1,000
braining.
years ago, but I'm confident I can carry out the mission of the Skyfolk.
All this talk about missions, you're making it sound way too serious. You've got to look out for yourself, girl. Don't push yourself too hard. I'd hate to see that cute face all scratched out by Aquala's claws.
Syphy cracking jokes? Looks like you haven't forgotten what Aggie said all those years ago.
Anyway, I've got a mission to handle, so I'll get going. Good luck, Miss Hyacinth. And if things get tough, just let that deliverer take the lead.
Cypher used the coin of Whimsy's ability and teleports away from the vortex.
Miss Cypher is in such a hurry.
Don't worry, she's always been like that. It's good to have her back in Akama lending a hand. Oh, well, enough about her for now. You're here because of your mission, aren't you, Zinni? It's the perfect opportunity for me to go and tuck Syphy's gift away somewhere safe. The Vortex of Genesis is all yours.
I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky and retrieve the core flame. Ancestor, please bestow upon me your generous blessing.
Converse with the ancestor.
Child, what brings you before me? Could it be you're a descendant
Hey, how did
of
you
the
die
Sky
here?
People?
Yes, I am Hyacinthia of the Twilight Courtyard, the successor of the Sky People's flame chase duty. You must
Flame chase
be
duty?
General Electra. Legend has it that during the Chrysos War, you led our people to ally with Akama and held back the Kremnoan forces. It was your victory that earned the Sky People a place in the Holy City.
Hyacinthia, you seem well versed in our clan's history. And this is the Vortex of Genesis?
It is. Look, 10 stars have already been lit. The Chrysos Heir's flame chase journey is nearing its end.
Are those the core flames of Fagusa and Giorios? Does that mean Hycelans and the Mountain Dwellers successfully carried out their duty?
Okay, so there is potentially...
As fellow pillars of Amphorius, who would have thought that Sky's duty could only be fulfilled after 1,000
There is potentially
years?
a core flame for
It's because Sky shelters all beneath it. If it were to shatter, the world
There
would
is
fall
potentially a core flame holder,
That's
a Chrysos
why
Heir
Lady
for
Aglaya made the
Glorious.
core flame of Aquila
We may just
final
not
step in
know
the
who it
campaign.
is yet.
Aglaya? Is she still on the flame chase journey after 1,000 years?
Unfortunately, she has recently left us. But you're right. She was indeed still guiding the Chrysos heirs forward.
Incredible. That girl actually managed to endure the merciless erosion of time, and lasted for so long. Answer me, Hyacinthia. Since you recognize me, you must have also read my writings, no?
Every record regarding my lineage is etched in my memory, including your words.
In that case, you're probably aware of the prophecy I sought from a certain Trebios.
Yes. At the end of the Rainbow Bridge, the Sky Folk will mend dusk and dawn. But unfortunately, no ancestor has ever been able to truly decipher its meaning.
I see. Yet, Trebios's prophecies never fail. Perhaps you'll be the one to witness its fulfillment, child.
I believe in her.
May the prophecy lead you to a gentle fate.
Thank you, Lady Ectra. Whatever fate the prophecy holds, I'll face it head-on. It's only by giving everything we have that we can truly accept any outcome with a smile. Won't you agree?
I like you, child. I wish this conversation could go on a little longer. Take my blessing, Hyacinthia. When I first saw you, I indeed had my doubts. But your resolve has touched me. If Sky's divinity is fated to pass on, I hope it incorporates your optimism and kindness.
Your blessing is a treasure beyond measure, General. Rest well. I'll make sure your gift is put to its best use. General Ectra is so different from how the records described her.
Most people are.
She's quite a gentle person. All right, time to head back to the Grove. I shouldn't keep Danny and little Ika waiting.
You're back. How did it go?
Went great. Your spirit water art was a huge help, Danny.
You mind sharing what your ancestor's spirit said to you? Hyacinth recounts her conversation with General Ectra and Don Hunt.
What's wrong, Danny?
Nothing. Sounds like everything went smoothly. It's just a bit concerned about the prophecy you mentioned. At the end of the Rainbow Bridge, the skyfolk will mend dusk and dawn. I can somehow sense a hint of sadness in those brief words.
You've always been a bit of a sensitive soul, haven't you, Danny? Lady Trina deciphers countless prophecies every day, and this one's just another among many. Don't worry too much about it.
I hope so.
Come on, Danny. Don't look so gloomy. We're gonna have to take a long trip for the final visit to the ancestors.
Where are we going?
Our final stop is Lord Mighty's home, Castrum Kremnos.
Back to Kremmy.
We're here.
We haven't got a new map yet. Castrum Kremnos. I guess it's gonna be the sky,
has
right?
been fighting the Black Tide here, alone day after day. I'm worried about him.
He sent a message earlier, carried by thunder, warning us to watch out for the Flame Reaver's actions.
That means he hasn't been consumed by the Black Tide's madness yet. We're here to complete an important mission. We shouldn't interfere with this battlefield. Don't you agree, Danny?
I agree.
There. That sleeping spirit is my grandmother.
Grandmama. Your grandmother.
Yes, my grandmother Jacintha was a warrior. She represented the Twilight Courtyard in the Kremnos Festival. She fought her way through every challenge and reached the final stage of the Kremnos Festival. She was just one step away from securing a peace treaty for the Skyfolk, but was ultimately defeated by the champion warrior of that time. I've never looked too deeply into the details of such ritualistic violence. The scroll simply described it as a glorious duel. But behind the glorious duel was a tragic end. Not long after the festival, my grandmother's injuries worsened, and she passed away far from home. This prophecy tablet was left here by the Kremnoans to honor her final wish. Her death marked the final collapse of the Twilight Courtyard, already fragile under the shadow of war.
And the Kremnoan warrior she fought against
Was Lord Kradaros.
Yet you still saved his life, even though he took your family.
Seeing him lying there, gravely wounded, bleeding out, I can't put what I felt at that moment into words. But when I heard Lord Kradaros took that fatal blow to protect Lady Trianne, all those tangled feelings faded away. To quote Lord Finan, Kradaros must have done that to become a better man.
It takes true courage to forgive. You're every bit as strong as your ancestors, Hyacinth.
You're getting better at this, Danny. In her final diary entry, my grandmother wrote that when the moment of destiny comes, a descendant of the Sky People would deliver the message of their departure to her spirit. I wonder what she'd think when the one awaking her turns out to be her beloved granddaughter. I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return, ancestor. Please bestow upon me your generous blessing.
Is this the world of the living? Wait. You.
Damn, she died pretty young.
Grandmother, it's me. You're Hyacinthia.
Hyacinthia, my little hummingbird. Why? How? Why is it you who awakened me? I have never imagined this. I thought I would feel happy for all my ancestors when this day came, but now I can't even experience the joy of seeing you again.
Do you remember that you and Father took me to my very first skyride when I was 8? Back then, you wanted me to pick one accessory out of 4. The sun crown representing nobility, the storm bracelet symbolizing strength, the ice ring embodying wisdom, and the radiant pendant signifying kindness. Grandmother, do you remember the one I chose?
You
Kindness.
spoke an innocent little prayer, infusing a faint thread of light to that modest pendant.
Yes, and I remember how surprised you were. In all those centuries, no other child of the Sky People had ever made the same choice I did.
Hyacinthia, there was a time when I thought you were a timid child. You never had much interest in swords or battle and had no relation to that fiery determination and strength in our blood. Yet I've told myself, that's not a bad thing. If my hummingbird could live her life in kindness and optimism, then it'd be a good thing. I never thought the burden of retrieving the core flame of Aquila would fall to you.
Don't worry about me, Grandmother. I believe what makes someone a Skyfolk isn't just outstanding strength, but the capacity to shape the world. When the world cried out for a hero to challenge the gods 1,000 years ago, Zeliosi stepped forward and began the flame-chasing era. And now, as the flame chase journey nears its end, this broken world is crying out for something else. Healing, isn't it poetic? A saga that spans 1,000 years, began with Sky, and will also end with Sky.
You're still as optimistic as ever, just like when you were a kid. If your mind is set, Hyacinthia, then carry your resolve through to the very end.
Good Grammy.
Return to the sky with my blessing, and watch over this world on the threshold of salvation.
Grandmother, thank you.
Give hug.
I have one last request.
Speak, Hyacinthia. We should still have some time.
Before you go, could you tell me the tale of the Sky Hero once more? Just like you used to.
Then listen closely, my dearest hummingbird. After all, this will be the last time. For millennia, the Titans waged relentless wars, leaving the world scarred and ravaged.
I don't know that that's true.
A century of the Chrysos War plunged the nations into chaos and decay until a spear, fueled by mortal rage, pierced through the smoke and flames that buried the prophecy of deliverance. Aquila, the celestial shaper, the 100-eyed divine bird crowned with the blazing sun and wielding thunder.
That
those
thing on the top is
eyes by
interesting.
Nikador. They kept one eye glaring at the
I guess
children
is
of
that
Twilight who
Aquila?
received divine blessing, yet turned their weapons against the gods. The Chrysos heir of the sky, Seliosi, the Day Thunder
Okay,
Knight,
so Seliosi is the one in the
ascended
middle.
the forbidden lands of the Eye of Twilight at dusk, clad in wings.
Aquila.
To her left was the lion-headed Solipus the Sunlit Wings, whose roars breathed divine flames and scorched the world. To her right was the horse-bodied Lunibus, the Moonlit Plume, whose graceful steps trampled the stars in the heavens. The one warrior and her two beasts challenged the ruler of the sky, determined to seize the divine core flame through plunder. The Titans' every roar summoned lightning bolts, and their every movement stirred cyclones. The wounded Titan's blood poured down like boiling rain upon the world and converged into scalding torrents. In the final moments of battle, the sunlit wings set the Titan's wings aflame, while the moonlit plume sealed the divine body. The battered hero of the sky, with her wings broken and her body covered in wounds, struggled to lift her spear. and pierced the
But
last
Oculo won.
monstrous eye. The Titan's divine body crashed to the ground, and with it, the sky tore apart like fabric.
Because the
about
sky
to
is
fall
fake.
with its god. The fear and pleas of mortals urged the hero of the sky to rise again. Seliosi, the Day Thunder Knight, the first of the Chrysos heirs to slay a god in this world, charged into the crumbling body of Aquila with her two fearless winged companions.
I don't...
She merged with the Titan, holding up the sky once more.
Wouldn't she have absorbed the core flame?
My descendants will be blessed and cross the Rainbow Bridge back to the sky. At the end of the prophecy of Genesis, they will reclaim the core flame from my hands.
Few days later, Dawn Cloud.
Today's the day.
Wow, I didn't expect it to be so lively up here. Are these people here to send off the Chrysos heirs?
There's Finan. Let's go talk to him.
Okay, I'm actually gonna stop here. I'm like, I cannot keep my eyes open. I don't like it, but we'll stop here and then hopefully finish up next week. But yeah, so I will not be streaming on Friday. I have some stuff to do. But we will be back on Monday. I might do this on Monday. We'll see how I'm feeling. It'll be this or 100 line. But yeah, we'll finish this patch next week and then continue more 100 line. That shall be it for today. I hope to see you all again in the future. Bye-bye now.